welcome to Ascension. It's actually episode 18 apparently, and I put in the tweet that it's episode 17.
It's okay if you feel
What
like
is
last
time?
episode
What are
wasn't
numbers?
important enough for you and you wanted to skip it. I felt last episode was important, but fair enough.
No, it was totally important.
We skipped the tower and we leveled. Hey, we did it. Yeah, so
surprise.
It's like we went to 19.
It's not having a floor 13 on the elevator, you know? It's like no 12, 14. We just went right past it.
Right, okay. Let's have a look at what today's announcements are. Oh, should I do a voice for these?
Maybe I should do a voice. Is this a voice? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, welcome to Roll for Efficiency to get together to play some lovely tabletop RPGs. Of course, we have a new guest for today and for the next few episodes. We have Distracted Elf. Hello. Do you want to quickly tell us who you are?
Hello, friends. I'm Distracted Elf. You may recognize me if you're a role-playing aficionado from the Roll20 games for the last couple of years. And you can also find me streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/DistractedElf. Yay.
Yay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
I'm excited. I saw your character art and I was like, oh no.
The character art is very good.
Gnome power.
Gnome power. There's 2 gnomes here. Together, we are taller than one person.
I don't know if you actually are for most people.
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
We might have to run the numbers.
I'm
You're like 5
2.7
foot.
feet tall. How tall are you?
I'm not sure.
You're 3.
3
6 or
something?
something?
Yeah, 3'6", I think.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe
So
together
together you're
we're
6
not
foot.
even...
Together you're about 6 foot. So
Yeah.
you're you know.
I don't remember how. I think I'm not quite 6 foot, so I think it just counts.
You're just over Perrin. Okay. There you go. You actually have between you an entire half elf of height. Right. Anyway, today's announcements.
gnomes
Tons of
and a
Patreon
trench coat.
goodies. Well, you got to get a trench coat then, but then you should be good. Tons of goodies are on Patreon for Andorra. We have like a whole crap ton of stuff either on there or coming out. What do we have currently up there, Bentham?
We have the enemy stats, like the enemy units we encountered, a whole bunch of different kinds of zombies. Like there's 3 different kinds of zombie wolf. The Necromancers, Corey Quiller, and Majestic, our lost zombie bear friend.
Oh yeah, zombie bear.
And also E's Guide to Zombifying Anything, which I find amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a quick overlay stat guide, which you just apply to anything and it should vaguely make them into zombies, which I used to make everything zombies because I had to make so many zombies for the last few episodes. Right.
Did you though? Did you have to?
I mean, you didn't end up using most of them. Well, half of them. You killed a lot of things or segued away from a lot of things happening, so I didn't end up having half the zombies. But you know, whatever, that's fine.
I don't have to...
Well, you didn't end up with a zombie winter wolf. You didn't need the zombie swarms. There's a lot of zombies I didn't end up using.
Fair enough.
Zombie swarms.
If we're being precise in our language, we didn't need any of the zombies, like at all. Yeah.
Wait,
the zombies didn't need you.
We fought some winter wolves. We fought that pack.
They weren't winter wolves.
Oh.
Winter wolf is the big wolf who you talk to.
Oh, okay.
Right, the winter wolves are like
That's fine.
god
The
tier
big
wolves.
Yeah.
Okay. There's more of them?
They were bred originally by ice giants, so.
Maybe Icefang just needs to find his family. He's kind of a grumpy grump.
Oh no, is it like a last of their race kind of thing? Oh.
Right. Okay, what else do we have? Enemy stats and E's Guide to Zombifying Anything. Yep, so that's all up there. Ally stats and guest sheets are coming. So if you want to check out the ally stats that I made for the unit combats, those will be coming in addition to guest sheets, I believe, for both Distracted Elf's character and for Grant's character.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you want to see those are coming shortly. Also, bear in mind, there will be no episode this Saturday as we've got some people off, so there will be no episode on Saturday, no VTM this week, but it will be the week after and stuff. So there will be no episode this Saturday, but we will, of course, still have The Last Ditch on Sunday, so please bear that in mind.
We'll make a social post about that, too.
There you go. that said and done, I believe we can start shilling. Bentham, you want to talk about shilling and how we shill to be able to pay our people despite there being loads of other shows around that are really big that don't pay their people?
Gotta throw that shade from time to time. Yes,
Or maybe they'll start paying their people, you know? Exposure kills. We've already established that.
Yeah.
Some people are starting to
it's a
pay
problem.
the people that weren't, so that's good.
Starting is nice. That's
Yeah.
good. Anyway, so the way that we're able to do all this cool stuff, run our shows regularly, expand to more shows occasionally when we're able to, and do nice things like pay all our cast and pay for art and all that kind of thing, is via Patreon. That is the main way you can support us, and there are a whole bunch of tiers over there that give you a whole bunch of different rewards, including but not limited to MP2s of all of our shows, after shows we record after every show. We talk about what happens in the show, character sheets, enemy stats, secret GM plots and plans. Sometimes you can vote in polls that GMs put out for how they're gonna screw over the party this week, and you can also I'm there's shit everywhere today. You can also submit NPC names that will get randomly used in the various campaigns of Roll for It. They could become critically important members of the team, or they could die immediately, or indeed both at the same time. And
There are 2 that have been used today already.
Ah, nice. Well, we'll have to... That's a dangerous claim to make, because we may then just entirely skip them.
Nope, they're in.
Okay.
So they die.
Man, maybe.
So, yes, you can also watch the monthly recaps where the admins talk about the events of the previous month to go into sort of more of the business end of things. And then also, if you're crazy, you can support the Legend tier or even the Deity tier. And we don't know why you would, but if you do, then you get to take part in a once-monthly game jammed by a member of the Roll for It cast. Where they're yet to be announced because we've just had the start of a new one, so we'll be seeing what's going on with that. But one of them is probably going to be Sheepdog Gaming running another Last Ditch one-shot because people are enjoying those, and there'll be something else as well for people that want something different. And there's other ways that you can support us as well beyond Patreon. On Twitch, there's a couple of different ways you can drop us bits. They appear in the cup at the bottom of E's camera. You can fill that or empty it as you please, depending on the type of bit you throw in there. You can also give us tips. They will appear on the screen, and we'll read them out at the end of the show to thank you for being awesome and supporting the episode. And you can also become a Twitch subscriber, which gives you emotes and badges and immediate access to all of the stream VODs, whereas normally you have to wait 24 hours for us to put them up on the YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, you can become a YouTube member, which gives you emotes and badges and stuff over there. And being a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter all give you access to our Discord, where you can hang out with other fans of the show and us and talk about how things are going, and potentially participate in some of the games, like the Rear Guard for the Last Ditch, or recently, of course, we had the Battle for Andorra, where people could submit roles that would then get used by the NPCs that we had, and some of them did great and some of them did terrible, so it did matter. We ended up getting quite lucky. We brought all the good people with us on our sally forth, basically. And yeah, if you can't support us, that's absolutely fine. You should always look after yourself before you worry about some pokey tabletop RPG show on Twitch. And so there are other ways that you can help out just by being here. That is already a way to help, just watching on Twitch or on YouTube. And we also love to hear from you. So give us your chats and your comments. Talk to us on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and anything else that I've forgotten. We've also got a wiki. We love it when people contribute stuff to that. So you can do that too. And there is a room in the Discord where you can help coordinate with other people if you want to get more involved in wiki things. And yeah, just tell us what you think and what you would like to see. And bring a few and see if this is their sort of thing, because it may well be.
If I could just add one little thing, those likes and follows and comments and things really do matter on every social platform. They really do affect the algorithm. So yeah.
You think that they may not do anything, but they do.
Yep. It's a well-known fact that each time you don't like a video on YouTube, Google kills a puppy. So like, you don't want to be responsible for killing puppies, do you?
Oh,
please think of the Doma.
We have to appease the engagement algorithms. It's important.
Also, Bentham's Internet, because every time you don't like the show, Bentham's Internet does another
it's telling
flop.
me it's breaking those days. It'll change soon.
It's telling me
it's not long now.
It's funny
Okay.
because Bentham and I were on a chat like the other day together, and like he was lagging, and then I was lagging, and then I kept going, my thing keeps telling me the internet's going out, and he's like, no, mine does. Like,
It was just telling us both your internet's buggered. It's like,
Yeah.
don't even know which one's the problem here.
my internet has not been the greatest, so cross our fingers that it doesn't crash.
Okay.
And your toes. I crossed my toes too. I have long toes.
That's a gnome thing.
On that note. Oh, you
Wait, that's a gnome thing? I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, no, Maggie's actually a gnome in real life, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
Fair. I am. Well, I'm more like halfling sized.
you are actually halfling sized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm actually
On that
Warforged
note-
sized.
You're what?
I'm actually
actually
Warforged
Warforged
sized.
sized. Oh my gosh! If we see each other in real life, it'll be actually like Arena and Gatton.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh
gonna
my God,
pick
it
you up
would
and
be.
put you on my shoulder. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go full anime. Yeah, you throw the peace sign, and we'll just like walk around cons. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
done. Right. In which case, before we dive back into Ascension, why don't we get a summary of what happened last episode, or at least the last few episodes? And I think because last episode hit a lot on Perrin, I'm sorry, Bentham. I'm going to throw this right back to you. Do you want to do a summary?
All right. So we were in Andorra in the very frozen far north of Illyria. We got there via boat, nearly died on the way, and we had a mission to do something, and we didn't really know what. The idea was that like a bad thing would happen, and we should be there in case we can do something about it. That meant to us that led to us not really knowing what the bad thing was and kind of getting it mixed up initially, because we were told by a friendly person who met us on the docks, Corey Quiller, that we were meant to go and deal with an evil wolf that had previously been protecting the town and had turned evil. Then it turned out that actually someone was screwing them over, and that someone was Corey Quiller, because when we got back to the town, she had performed some horrifying summoning ritual or something like that in the Ice Temple and murdered every single person who lived in the Ice Temple. And so we killed them and then tried to work out why the sky was red. We met a friend called Edmund Heifel from the Lumarian Empire, and then along with him we managed to find out about some necromancers that were invading and raising a zombie army. We rallied the town to the cause, and we then had a couple of epic to save the town from the zombies. We rode out to stop the pincer force and just wreck them, and then turned back and defended the town because we're badasses. We were kind of getting destroyed though when the Empress of the Lumarian Empire showed up with the chosen knights and saved the day and took all the credit. And now Perrin is annoyed because they always ruin everything. They have basically annexed the town now, so as far as Perrin's concerned, they just lost, but to a different enemy. But at least Edmund got to become Baron of Andorra, so they have a friend in a high place, if also very, very far away to the north cold place.
Oh my gosh! If Arena was telling that story, it'd be a completely different perspective.
Yeah, Perrin has some opinions and feelings about the recent events and about politics in the world of Illyria. But now they have been sent via portal back to Vahiro Ras, where they started out from on this crazy quest, where they can now go collect the reward and go spam tower floors to get hench.
Well, we also have to get news from about my brother, because I put that in, and also your family.
Yeah, there's a lot of scary family things going on, and we're all very concerned.
Yeah, because EE's involved.
Like, Perrin got news that his father in the annexed city that he lives in back home has been trying to smuggle weapons into the city, which he's very concerned about. And Arena has heard some worrying, vague things from an evil necromancer about how her family might not be okay.
Yeah.
And Gatton learned all about his backstory from 850 years
He
ago.
might have brothers and sisters.
Maybe, like this. It's only been 800 years, so if I made it, maybe they did too. Yeah, just like live through a interdimensional, interplanar apocalypse. As one does.
Now Gatton can join the Worrying About Family Club.
Oh no, he's not worried. No.
Give it time.
They may well just be trees by now. So yeah, I'm sure Schrodinger's potential family members will never come up in any meaningful way whatsoever. Yeah.
And that was last week on Parents Issues. No, that was someone else in the comments. So I just
Okay, so
Not a
that
happy boy.
you've just made it back to Fahiroras. I think the first thing you notice is it's definitely warmer than it has been with you guys for the last few weeks, because you've been spending time in a place that is definitely still in the Arctic Circle, and no longer do you have that biting cold that is all pervasive. It's still chilly. It is mid-spring, and notably it's also Perrin's birthday today, but you're back in Fahiroras. You can hear the city around you. You can hear the flapping of wings from all the ravens that are constantly circling. And as you get out of the building that you just teleported into, you can see up in the sky nearby the pillar, just going up and up and up. The Soul Spire is there, and there's constantly that wheel of ravens going around the top. Is there anything that you'd like to do immediately, or are you going to go straight to the Oracle?
Perrin takes a deep, like the slightly warmer air here, and is like, I'm not sure if I'm happy to be back here or not. It's an improvement in some ways.
Significantly less zombies, but significantly less corruption. An improvement overall, I think.
And it is less cold.
Probably take the winter clothes off so don't stick out any more than we already do.
I take mine off and I'm like, I don't think we can return these now. I think these are purchases.
Yes. I don't think zombie guts was in the description, unless any of us are capable of cleaning or mending them. And we still may need them in the tower.
Well, I
True.
could probably do some mending if you need it.
I feel like mine is probably just like torn and tattered and ripped and like very ugly, and I'm just like, no, I think this is satisfactory.
It's definitely areas of it that are still vaguely intact, but those are now the minority.
I do have one question, though. The Oracle sent us there to prevent some great evil. Do we know which great evil we were actually preventing before we go and talk to him?
Arena kind of shakes her head no.
For all we know, we did something wrong. He didn't really give very much direction, but I hear that is kind of how Oracle works.
Yes. A lot of lucky guesswork, especially considering problems seem to follow us wherever we go. There is one thing I did not share with you all at the time. I did see Tempest. She stowed away on the vessel that we arrived on. Presumably, she escaped when they left to go seek help.
But why wouldn't she say goodbye to us?
I do not know. That
thought
very
we were-
question is why I did not speak with her further about the matter.
I thought we were friends. Maybe I will write her a note. I want to
Yes.
send a letter to my family as well. I told them that I would.
She fought
Perhaps-
with us against Corey. I think she's demonstrated that she cares about us. She waited till after that was done to run away, so I guess she has her reasons.
Perhaps the Achillean has made it back to port and she is here. Either way, I'm sure we will encounter her at some point. It is odd how we keep making these new friends for such a limited time. At least Sir Edmund Highfeld has come out ahead of where he was when we met.
Well, I'm very used to it. At the shop, we have people who come in and out, and sometimes I never see them again. But I always like the ones that come back again. Like Baron. Although,
Perrin and Arena, you can make me history rolls.
Which rolls?
History.
History.
A 12.
A 25 natural crit.
Okay. I was looking
Nice.
for quite a high DC, so Arena's the only one who get this. Arena, while you've always been a little bit of trapped inside your little village, not being able to go very far, you've always kind of found like the whole tales of heroism and towers, etc., very, very interesting. And you would know one thing that is that the traveling tower is less well documented because it travels around a lot, so no one's been able to pin it down and do a lot of research on it. But it is presumed that while the traveling tower does allow many benefits, because you get to just travel into it for kind of free a lot of the time, when it travels around, it's less pinned down, it does come with a negative. And it is presumed by many that there is a minor curse that comes along with entering the traveling tower. The curses change from party to party. They're always minor. It's something that is never a proven theory because it's hard to prove it. But with it being mentioned that it's strange, we always seem to have a member of our party who only is around for a short period of time. That sounds vague enough to be one of these strange curses that possibly could be related to the traveling tower, especially because they seem to always be traveling. It's weird, but it makes sense.
I am utterly confused, but okay.
I put her on my shoulder and we start walking while we're talking.
I guess Arena goes rambling on about this. It should be like,
I read in a book one time.
and she just goes blah, 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 on and on about it. And then maybe talks about some script that she read from somebody who, like, left the tower, and, like, she just, like, rambles for a bit.
It does definitely make sense that the Traveler likes to mess with people, so... It's a very weird roundabout way, but then that is how the gods work.
I wonder if that means Bone is cursed to always be alone now.
Aww.
He also entered the tower.
I hope not. I liked Bones.
I flare my cloak and billow my cloak in memory of our homie who ain't here.
Full, like, green cloak
Arena-
with the embroidery around the edge.
Arena claps.
Did we recover Sir Edmund Heifeld's ring? Or do we need to recall it?
We probably should
And all the
recall it.
goodbyes. And all the goodbyes we forgot. I suppose we can...
There
Put
never
our power
seems to
rings
be
together.
a good time. Yeah.
Ring powers.
Yeah, like, as we put our hands together, I'm like, yeah, it is kind of weird to have this sort of ceremony to take away their ring.
As you
We
do
should-
that,
We
there's
should
a
make
slight
like
build-up
a
and
song
then
about it.
ring lands in front of you.
I snatch it up, and I'll put it in my bag of holding.
Okay, so you've got the bag of holding back now, I assume.
Yeah.
Also, before we get too terribly far from the tower, I sort of stop and I'm like, Arena, has enough time elapsed for you to have gotten word about your brother? They were forwarding it to the inn.
We just need to go to the inn and I'm very excited. Also, never mind.
Arena's like trying to hide something in, but she's a very bad liar.
Although, actually, I don't press her, even though it is obvious when she's lying if she's taking the time to attempt to lie. It's like, you keep your secrets.
She gets a puzzled look from Perrin, but I don't think Perrin is gonna say anything because, like, she's going to an inn. I guess she likes the ale.
Perhaps we should go straight to the Oracle, just in case the job was not as done as completely as we think it was.
Oh, but I want to know.
Is the inn even roughly? Is it like, can we pass the inn on the way to the Oracle, or are they like?
Yeah, like the Oracle is only slightly up the road from the inn, because you remember that the Oracle controls the area that the inn is in. So it's very close by. You're like maybe 2 minutes away by foot. You'd go past the Oracle on the way.
Yeah. Well, as we're walking over, I just say, "It is up to you, Arena. I realize you've waited this long. A few more moments may not be that detrimental, especially because pending what you learn, it may alter your mood for the remainder of the day in the meeting with the Oracle."
You do make sense. That is very smart. You are very wise, Gaten. But I really want to know. I hate not knowing something. That's why I read all the books and I read everything that I see because I want to know things. But you're right. We shall wait.
Your knowledge has come in invaluable use on a number of occasions, yes.
It looks like that she's also excited about something else, not just the note.
While we're walking over, I do just say, Perrin, there is one other question I have. Now that we have fought defending the city, how do you feel?
I feel like, in a way, we failed. We just saved it from one problem to hand it over to someone else.
Aaron is not happy.
There is one other thing that I did not share. You may have realized it yourself by now, but apparently your paladin oath is one of vengeance. I was worried that anger would consume you. It may be unavoidable unless you learn how to manage it properly.
What did you
It kind of,
notice?
gets lost in thought for a second.
I also like knowing things.
But why
He
didn't we
reaches
know?
it into his coat and he pulls out the Erithus symbol that he has.
Marina like hops off of Gatton's shoulder and pulls out her like her little stone thing that like tells you what type of class you are and stuff.
Looking at the symbol, it says, I suppose that I hoped... I don't know what I hoped.
What did you hope?
I didn't like to consider myself that kind of paladin, but then, I mean, he like holds up the symbol. I suppose I already made my choice a long time ago.
Marina
Yes.
like puts his hand, like kind of holds his hand in hers and's like,
You know, just because they say that this is your path doesn't mean it has to be. You can choose a different if you want. It is sometimes the choices that we make
Throws it away again.
that will change our paths and our destiny. I mean, if we never went in the tower, we would not be here. And I would not hear news of my brother. But also, I think you should tell people. Especially us. We are here for you. I think maybe holding that inside. Just make it work.
I think telling certain people how I feel would get me in a lot of trouble.
True. But you can trust them.
I thought it best not to say a word when we were back in Andorra, because I think anything that it would have come out of my mouth might have gotten me and you two executed.
I didn't even tell Gatton what you told me.
Fine, you can both keep your secrets.
Hey, you kept secrets from me for 90 years.
There was never a good time to tell an eighth of a story, and I would have endured 85 more years of questions I could not answer.
To be precise, it was 98 years.
and she says the exact time and date.
You actually turned Gatton on 8 years ago.
Oh, okay. Or 8 years then. Sorry. Retroactively change it.
I stormed off from the temple because I was angry that we'd just handed the city to someone else. Maybe not as bad as actual necromancers, but still someone who didn't deserve it and someone who might misuse it. I don't like the Lumerian Empire. And
They
I
are
don't like
one of
how
the
they keep
biggest
trying to take
empires.
more.
They are one of the biggest empires, and they have so many nice for their people.
And as I said to you last time you told me that, being a big empire does not mean you are good.
The lioness was most impressive, and she came and fought and helped people by the strength of her own blade.
And the
I
chosen
don't know
knights
many.
were so cool.
And she like pretends that she's like Sir Gallant, and then she pretends that she's Tara Astara, and then she pretends that she's Harper, and then she pretends that she's Fane, and she's like doing all their like pretending like she's doing all the cool action moves that they were doing.
Yes, she came and helped, and now she owns a city.
It was an objectively terrible city.
That's a large brush to tar a very large amount of people with.
I literally motion at the city we're in. We were here mere seconds before we were the victims of systemic corruption. Remember Streakvok telling us how the common people just put their head down and endure here. It has been my perception so far, it is the way of things almost everywhere. Although perhaps, and he does lean in very close to Perrin, it does not need to be.
It helps. The Lumerian Empire are one of the few places that have free education for everyone up to the age of 12.
Arena will mention this. She
Is
loves
the
it.
education is the education about the glory of the Lumerian Empire?
Make an intelligence roll.
Should we all do that?
Sure.
Sure, I'll do it.
You also can be at advantage, Bentham, because of your backstory.
Okay.
19.
18.
Let's see, just straight intelligence.
Yeah, straight in.
I had loaded up roll 20, but I had not loaded up my own sheet.
Ooh, another 18. We smart.
Okay.
It's up to all of you, but a cynic would say that they take over a place and then deliberately have very statewide education that teaches the same thing everywhere, which kind of would get rid of local culture. But that would be a cynic would say that, so it's up to you.
Oh yeah, I wonder what stance Perrin takes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stony indifference is what Cotton takes. He's like, yeah, well, they won the war. It is the way of things. Yep.
Arena is optimistic.
Hmm.
I'm sure at some point she's gonna get crushed.
Yep. Yeah, just
It may well be the way of things. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it.
perhaps when the time comes, you will be able to do something about it. You've already saved a number of lives. Take some peace in that.
I do have to wonder if maybe whoever gave the Oracle his information did so for the Lumerian Empire. Think about it, if we hadn't been there, they wouldn't have their own brand new shiny city in the north.
I
Town.
think
Large
when
village.
the zombies attacked, if the Lumerians had simply rolled in and crushed them, the people would have been just as happy with or without us.
They wouldn't have known to arrive if it wasn't for our warning.
This is the problem with soothsayers and fortune tellers. I really only have one question. Is this man truly our ally?
I don't know. But they said they would help us with artificer information.
And gain us access to the tower.
Mm-hmm. And while we are here, maybe we should just do that.
Yes. Unfinished business. I scoop her
Seeing
back up.
as- Seeing as the records have been burned, we can go in there with a fresh start and no one will realize what we did last time.
Oh, should we come up with a new name?
I think we should, to avoid a connection.
While we're still walking, I just say, it is still problematic that someone knows so much about us. The survivor escaped. The only evidence of what you two experienced has been destroyed. But who should have even known such a thing? I myself was present for these events and am still unaware. And they had the access and ability to destroy the records and presumably make it look like an accident. You saw the amount of security in the tower. This is no small feat.
Well, then we should be careful.
We can see what the Oracle has for us, and I don't know. We're caught up in something way too big for us, and I'm worried that we might simply get played like chess pieces. All we can do is try and keep going.
Indeed. Although being so close to the Queen was a memorable experience, and Arena certainly enjoyed the nights.
The Queen generally makes memorable entrances.
They were all so cool.
Empress. Perhaps Queen is the wrong word.
I was simply attempting to extend the chess metaphor, Perrin.
I see.
The good news is we have at least our next 3 tower entrances secured. That should help us in the grand scheme of things.
It has turned out to be a lucrative mission.
I just sort of clap him on the shoulder and I say, so, not all bad. Maybe your dream book will reflect something more pleasant in the near future.
I should read that. I haven't checked it in a while.
Understandably so. I'm sure imminent death to flesh-eating hordes did not make for good reading.
I mean, it depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes I like reading fiction.
We live enough fiction for my taste.
Arena just takes Perrin's dream book and just uses it for, like, nighttime reading. It's like,
Super
ooh,
grimdark.
spooky.
Super grimdark. Yeah. And that, kids, is how Ravenloft was created. But we are moving this whole time, E. So you let us know.
Whenever we reach the Oracle.
Yeah, it's a big city, so it does take you a little time, but eventually you do make it out of the gate and to the section of the city which the Oracle runs. It looks pretty much as before. Everything is relatively calm. There's a lot of merchants going back and forth as they're entering through the gate. And you find the little shop that purports to be a wine merchant, but the Oracle operates out the back of. As you walk in, Arena, your passive investigation is the only one that's high enough.
Ooh.
Yeah, passive investigation, I know, right? As you walk in, you notice 2 things are slightly different instantly. One of them is the person behind the desk who is serving is a completely different person to before. It seems to be a 10 or 11-year-old child, kind of androgynous looking with short cropped blonde hair. Whereas before it was an adult who was definitely not that short and definitely not blonde. So the person's changed, and you've been in here 2 or 3 times. It's always been the same person. Secondly, you notice there is a dried blood stain covering part of the counter, which has been scrubbed out, but you can still kind of see the slight change in tone and natural coloration of the wood as the light comes in behind you with the door opening.
Okay. I can't remember the name. What was the name of the person?
I don't remember if you got it or not.
We got it.
I don't think you did, because I think you got handed straight over to the Oracle.
Yeah, because I even remember during the fight we had in here, we were like, tell the barkeep to get out of here. Like, it never was like...
Oh, that was in the
this
end.
Is, this is a different place.
Yeah. Oh, this is the actual Oracle's place. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't say anything right now.
Arena, Herrin, and Esketinjar, yes?
That's
The Oracle was going to be seeing you 5 minutes ago. You're late. If you want to go straight in.
All right. Did we walk slow? Okay.
Well, we go in.
By definition, the Oracle should have known when we arrived. It is not possible for us to be late to a vision of the future.
Unless something held us up, we didn't take an expected shortcut, or did we go down the wrong street at some point?
Again, by definition, we did not.
As you say this and you push the beads aside to go into the back arena, because you're looking out for this, you notice that some of the furniture in here is different. Like some of the bookcases have been replaced, some of the books have completely been replaced, and the order in some of them is different. About half the furniture in this room, all on one side near the doorway, is different and in a different place slightly. You can also see like slight scuff marks on the floor where this has been pushed into place recently. Some of the floorboards are slightly burned a little bit, and you can see ash kind of in the grooves between them. But sitting at the table in front of you is the Oracle, a kindly old man with long grey hair, smiling up at you, very beaten, weathered, kind of overly skin that's seen the sun too much, to the point where it's kind of getting that little leathery texture. You're back. Good to see you again. I trust your trip was very eventful.
You
That's a
could
way
say
of putting
that.
it.
It was eventful.
Don't you already know?
I know much of it, but unfortunately, while you were there, my vision was cut off from observing events.
Or maybe it was something.
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
She like looks around the room and looks back at them.
Look at Arena confused.
This is a very different conversation to the one I expected to have.
Me too. It's a
Are you-
mutual thing.
Are you not feeling well?
I'm fine, Pat.
No, the Oracle.
Oh,
Yes. Did you expect gratitude from us from sending us halfway around the world right into the middle of a potential massacre?
You agreed to a deal, but it was a massacre, you say?
Potentially.
well, I mean, for one side it was probably. But they were attacking people.
Who was attacking people?
Again, don't you know?
No, while you were there, things were blocked. I wasn't able to observe events as I thought I would.
That does make sense. We had to defend the town from necromancers and their zombie hordes. We lost a lot of villagers and most of the priesthood.
Are you able to describe or image any of the necromancers in some way?
Well, the one went by the name the Survivor.
You have the ability to create image replicas. Could you do me the favor of making a copy?
I make a very tiny version with my illusion.
Yeah,
of
well,
what
it's
she
like a
looked
5-foot cube. You can totally get like the head and shoulders in, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Or I can make a
it's
tiny
basically
version.
a perfect replica. Or a tiny version.
Yeah, I make
you
a
can
tiny
like do
version.
both in like alternately just to like get the full scale. It's like the best photo fit lineup you could get. Interesting. Well, thank you. It was troubling. Oh, right. As for everything, I promised you, you're available at 4 a.m. tomorrow, yes?
If we must be.
Well, I got you 2 tower slots in the next few days. Short notice, I didn't know when you were coming back until whatever it is had passed. which was only a few days ago. But 4 a.m. with a bit of cajoling and some, financial incentives to people with access to books, and you can get access to the tower tomorrow at 4 a.m. and then the day after at 5, if that would suit.
Yes. I don't recall. Was there something we needed? We didn't need anything in writing. We showed up and they knew we essentially had reservations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been entered into the ledger.
Have you seen Tempest?
No. I believe she's currently moored up near the Lemurian Empire with the Achillean, which is undergoing repairs.
But she does still live.
To the best of my knowledge, she's causing trouble for people.
That is good to hear. Will you send her? Well, maybe I will leave her a letter instead.
Yes. But she still lives. The Achillean still sails. And Dora still stands. Good work, I suppose.
Yes. I think you did a marvelous job considering.
Oh, you said that you could put us in contact with an artificer?
Yes. Right. Well, firstly, and pulls out a couple of bits of paper, which is sealed and so on. Hands them over to you. They look like they're like official tower seals from it. That should be your confirmation paperwork for tomorrow. It's been paid for in advance, so the next time you visit, you won't have to pay. As for the artificer who I can put you in contact with isn't around here. They are in Nid at the moment, although they tend to move around a lot. They are the proprietor of a shop called Useful Things.
Do I recognize the name?
Yeah, do we?
You may make... I'm trying to think if this would be...
History?
It might be an int check. It might be... I'd say history, or you can just make a wisdom check. Which would be
History
more
makes
representative.
sense. Better at
Word of mouth.
16.
No, you would not know them.
Okay.
No, you would not know them.
6.
If I don't know what's 16, you don't know what's 6.
Well, I lived there, so I've got a better chance.
The DC
that's
does
true.
fluctuate a bit.
That's true.
But neither of you have heard of this place.
I've never heard
they're-
of this place, but I do like the name. It is very easy to understand.
Yes, I believe the proprietor is somewhat of an eccentric. So,
Gadden doesn't
What is their
audibly
name?
laugh at this guy calling somebody eccentric. He really
Yeah.
What is their name?
their name, I have it in my notes here, but I've been trying to find it for the last 5 minutes and I can't find the page. I will give it to you later if that's okay.
Their name is
He'll give you the name.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
mystical.
The name has been in here for like the last 10 episodes, but it's been in 10 episodes, and so it's somewhere in the back.
Grand Artificer.
This is why I
Tim.
always put everything like a Google Doc so I can like control search.
The problem is I filed Useful Things in a different place to where I filed the name, because I had the name before I had the name of the shop.
I see.
So, bad filing system. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Also, you wanted me to find out if your friend Streakvok was in the city.
Oh, yes.
Yes, or indeed
No.
on this plane.
Well, I checked the city and the surroundings and couldn't find any evidence. As far as I could tell, Streakvok was not nearby. As for this plane, possible. I didn't check further afield.
I realize it's something of a wider net. That's reasonable.
Little bit. However, I did take the liberty of collecting your letter you're waiting from Irina. Pulls out a sheath of papers and goes through them, and then eventually pulls out one, hands it across to you.
Rina's a little suspect that he collected it for me. And takes the letter and pockets it.
Okay. You notice as you take it, the seal is already broken.
Oh, I see that already.
It appears
Looking
you
at the
did-
broken.
It appears you did more than just look at it or gather it for me.
Well, their information wasn't very helpful, so I took the liberty of getting you some more useful information. Considering I couldn't find your friend Streakvok.
And what was that?
I have someone who went to one of the tower schools in the city with your brother.
Ah.
Arena, like, she opens the letter and looks at it.
It says, "Dear, what title did you use? Did you use Miss, Mrs.?"
Arena Cogdeer?
Okay, it says, "Dear Arena Cogdeer, pursuant to your search of our archives dated and we have found no mention of a Corbin Cogdeer entering the tower at any point."
Okay.
Your bill is paid and up to date, and if you wish to do a further search, we can do so for an additional fee, etc. Blah 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 blah. However, at this point, we don't believe that there is any paperwork pertaining to Corbin Cogdeer.
Okay. Then I wait to hear what further information the Oracle said they had.
Well, there is a wizard by the name of Miri. I believe they went to one of the tower schools, the Caligo Briggs Tower School, here in Orhivaras, with your brother about 20 years ago.
It's called Caligo Brig. What?
Caligo and Briggs.
Caligo and Briggs.
Where might we find this Miri?
At the inn, just down the road from here, where you stayed last time. I took the liberty of telling them that in exchange for the information, you would be willing to take them into the tower, and I would pay their way. So you will have your fourth if you so wish.
Are they... Do they have levels?
Yes, they have 3, I believe, like all yourselves.
Oh. Alright then.
Where from?
At least one is from here in Vihoras. I don't know about the other 2.
But I hope the other 2 aren't also here, or they won't be much use in the tower.
Well, I don't believe so. I would have found out from my search. However, the fire recently in the records hall has made it difficult to get more useful information in the last few years.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. Very, very unfortunate.
Shortly after you left.
Is there any kind of, like, hint from the Oracle that he might have something to do with it?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
The rest of us have not noticed this like chaos and signs of a struggle in here, right?
No.
16. Yeah, if I'd noticed all the chaos and signs of a struggle, I would have grabbed you both and run, so maybe it's good that my passive investigation isn't so good.
It's very, very slight. It's very slight. But you slightly catch, ever so mistimed, that as they speak, the edge of their mouth quirks a little bit in a slight frown. Like they are concerned. Not so much that they're like, haha, I also burned it down or whatever, but they're concerned that it burned down.
It was somebody else, that's not good.
But
Doesn't say anything.
make me a perception roll as well, Perrin.
Okay.
Okay, make me an int
6.
save.
An int save? Oh no.
In save.
13.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Oh god, what's happening?
Int save.
No, everything's fine.
There's someone is messing with things here. This isn't. I don't think the Oracle's okay.
I would like to rage.
Okay.
I don't really want to rage. I don't know anything's wrong. Yeah.
So, you will be able to find useful things in near Death at the moment, or it does move around, so it might not be there in a few months. My best bet is to ask around. You probably won't find it in any of the main districts. it'd probably be somewhere less frequented by official persons.
All right.
As for your tower, you have your paperwork. I appreciate you going to Andorra, although I understand it is now annexed by the Lumarian Empire, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Why, may I ask?
They came to the rescue at the last moment. We did send for help. We thought it was necessary, it probably was. They took the opportunity in front of them.
Very well. Doesn't change matters. Fine. It's strange they'd have any interest in protecting a town in the middle of nowhere. It offers no strategic or economic advantage.
What were you expecting us to do while we were there?
All I know was something untoward and evil was going to take place, and that it would have come to pass unless someone intervened. It's unfortunately not particularly informative. I was hoping that you would have more information. And certainly, and you see that like pop-up of the survivor appears again on the desk this time as he gestures. Certainly that's something to go off.
It's something to do with the temple there, but we were never able to work out exactly what.
That makes sense. The temple is very old. Many things there. Information, relics, even powerful artifacts, I understand. Although, those would be hard to get hold of.
The survivors said they were trying to bring about a new day in the reign of the gods.
Quite.
Well, unless there's something else, we should find this wizard.
Mary, yes. I think her and Arena will get on. Hopefully not like a house on fire, considering.
Why do you say
The fire,
that?
the records hall. We've had enough fires in the city.
Oh, I see.
That's the last time you went into the tower, you broke it. What I understand.
Arena looks,
that what
looks
you
left and right.
understand?
It was not my fault.
Wait a second. Did you ever tell him or Tempest that?
I think Gatton knows. Yeah, I think
No, Gedden knows, but does Gedden know that you guys told him? Because he just says you guys broke the tower, and Gedden's like, what?
I doubt we told the Oracle.
Yeah.
But I
think you
also am
We were just the last
entirely-
people to leave the tower, so I think people just assume we broke it.
Yeah, I expect that's something the Oracle could have worked out.
Yeah.
So Gedden's like, oh, you know? Yeah, okay.
So, I suppose you don't know who caused the fire then?
Someone who may have been looking for records is my best bet to cover their tracks.
You think they found what they're looking for? They burned everything.
Fortunately, that's impossible to tell because, as you say, they burned everything. It's hard to tell what someone stole when they destroy everything else.
Can I
I
insight
thought-
check to see if he seems like he's hiding something, like he knows more than he's...
Yes, that is why you consult an oracle.
Sorry, Miri. There's a lot
Gatton
going
say
on
that?
here. 5 insight check. Ugh.
Gedden super says that. Yeah, he's like, who could know? I'm like, you could know. Yeah.
This is something that for some reason is blocked from me. Might be that it is not something that I have been shown, or it might be that they have the ability to avoid. But nonetheless, as for your 5 insight, seems to be being genuine as far as you can tell.
Blocked similarly as to what happened in Andorra.
Possibly, although that was a much larger ranging effect.
How did you get to arrival time wrong by 5 minutes? I know it's a small thing, but
Sometimes things, small things get misplaced, mistaken, especially when people of power are involved. Must be in my old age as well.
As a great warrior once said, always in motion, the future is.
The future is very complicated. So it's a very good simplification, yes. Muffin pulls out a little basket of muffins.
Just one last question. You foresaw a non-specific doom coming upon Andorra.
Yes.
Have you seen anything else that might be relevant to us in the coming days?
No. Although I'm admittedly a little tired from recent events. I haven't tried pushing for anything in the future quite so much.
Yes, it appears that you have been busy.
We had some pushy customers.
Anything that we should be aware of?
Possibly the same people as you were taking care of. Would be my suspicion.
The Necromancer's forces came here for you.
It would seem an oddly timed coincidence otherwise.
So we know their agents were here at the time of the fire.
That would be one assumption. Otherwise, it's an awfully large coincidence.
That did not seem like something worthy of mentioning.
I can't be certain.
Gadden turns and looks at Perrin because he's about to do violence. It's like,
and like, I think if Gatton genuinely looks like that, there's kind of a hand from Perrin. Like, it's not necessary.
yeah, like, right. Like, oh.
I missed it. Who exactly attacked the place? Did they say?
The implication is the Necromancer's people. He didn't know for sure, but it seemed he felt like the Necromancer's people were here.
Which out of character makes a lot of sense, but in character, I'm not going to say anything.
Strange matters are at work, and we do not have a lot of time before 4 a.m. Let us find this wizard and be about our preparations.
Very well. I've taken the liberty of reserving you some rooms for the next couple of days. I've paid for them, of course, along with your wizard, soon-to-be friend, over at the inn. If you have any further questions.
I hand him a good berry, because again, I cast it every night before I go to bed. So I'm like, it will help restore your strength.
Do any of the books on the shelves look interesting or useful?
I mean, make a history check again. I guess history books.
An check? Is that what you said?
History.
24. Not.
Yeah. A lot of them are pretty old and esoteric. A lot of the titles you can't really read, but there are definitely a few that you can. They seem to mostly cover things like the relationship between the gods and the world and the mortal plane.
Is there anyone that is about the Raven Queen?
There'd be a few, but not many. You wouldn't draw the conclusion that he's overly focused on the Raven Queen, or even as focused as maybe most people are in Vihioras, considering that it's her city. More so that there's some.
Whichever one looks the most interesting, Marina will try to pull down and be like,
"Can I borrow this?"
If you return it before you leave in the next few days, feel free.
She nods and puts it in her cloak. And I guess we're gonna go finally meet Miri. Sorry you've been waiting so long.
No sweat, no sweat.
Could have been worse. You could have gone into combat and then been like, "Guess we'll have a long combat."
Yeah, I
Your
feel
first
like we
scene
could
could
have
be
gone into
combat.
combat there.
Yeah, because Gadden still doesn't know. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was expecting us to walk into the Oracle's room and be in combat.
Oh wow. Okay.
Signs of a scuffle. Receptionist has been replaced. Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah. I definitely would have blown all my abilities to get to Mary faster. You're like, there's 3 bandits. I'm like,
Well, I
cool,
appreciate that.
Yeah. Wild shape rage. Ah!
Presumably,
by the way, on the way out-
we've had long rests and everything is recovered at this point.
Yeah, because we slept the night before in
Several days,
town.
yeah.
Mhm.
Also, on the way out, everyone can make investigation checks because you are all kind of looking for stuff now. It's no longer passive.
Yes, definitely sus now. 15.
12. And Gatton got an
Gatton
8.
is still not really catching it. Arena, nothing beyond what you already spotted. Perrin, one thing you do spot as you're leaving is that when the Oracle went down to pick up the basket of muffins, when they moved, if I move normally to pick up something like that, I'd move like that. They kind of kept their other shoulder locked and awkwardly bent over like they were trying not to move that joint too much. In addition, you do spot what Arena saw earlier.
Yeah, I think Perrin's pace out of the place kind of slows for a second and then speeds up as he, like, registers that. He waits till we're out of the building.
Yeah. I don't want
The
to talk about it
goodie.
until we get out.
The good berry will heal the man for 1 hit point also if he eats it. So not only
Oh,
will
they
he be
genuinely
full.
ate it as soon as you gave it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, right.
I was not gonna eat one of those muffins.
Mm-mm.
Reno's
I
super
neither
suspect.
did. I was tempted.
I know we're trying to get out of here, but when he ate the berry in front of me, did we know, like, did he seem better? Like, did he stand up a little? Like, I mean, I am a healer. Any indication that
Yeah,
he was
make
hurt
an
and got
insight
better?
check.
Yeah.
Also, Perrin, because Perrin would have known, can make an insight check.
Yep.
Perrin was looking for that wound and spotted it. Nope.
6.
I have successfully rolled to disbelieve. He's just a sad old man.
Tragic.
He's like, yes, the dice are working with me. Roll evil.
I mean, you say that, but also you've massively changed the plot already in several ways because I just let you do whatever you want and then you break towers. So as you head down the road, do you want to have a quick conversation before you get to the inn? Because you did
once
have
we're
a
a
lot of
bit
stuff
clear
there.
of it, Perrin will say, he's not okay.
No, he's a weird old man.
Last time we met that guy, he seemed like he had command of the city. He knew everything and could do it. He doesn't seem like that right now. He seems messed up and maybe scared. And like he suddenly doesn't have very many answers at all.
There might be a reason for it.
Which is?
We did get beaten up.
Maybe? I noticed that the receptionist has always been the same person every single time. You know, that blonde one with the little, and that was very sassy and always telling us that we had to go to the place and this and that. And now they have a new person. But there's more. I saw that there was a blood stain on the desk. So, there might be more to
The
it.
last receptionist.
And then when we were inside of the room, you know, I like books, so I looked at all the books, and this time, the books were all moved around. Some of them were not even in the right order. And I noticed that some of them were replaced, and some of the furniture was moved around. It was very peculiar. Also, last time they had a very nice gnome chair for me, and this time they did not.
So, at the risk of being meta, because I usually don't do such things as like roll to see what my character would do, because I know on the meta, we got to get to Mary. Gatton would go back there and start smashing some heads. So could I possibly, let's see, make a wisdom check perhaps?
I mean, if you want to, you can split the party.
I know.
We
Hang
cut
on.
to one. Hi, Mary. Nice to meet you. We would like to talk about this guy you met 20 years ago. And then we cut to bash.
I think Mary would be like, I thought there was going to be 3 of you. Cut to Gatton.
Right. No. No, I got it. Gatton looks back and you see his eyes turn red and he says, "We do not want to do anything that will imperil our tower access. We should come back and have another word with him afterwards."
I put my hand on Gatton's leg, and I'm like,
It is going to be okay. I think we should be careful. There's more at play here. And this also makes a lot of sense. Because the survivor knew a lot of things about. What if... And I don't want to say it in case, but what if she got to the Oracle?
But the timelines are wrong. The survivor would have already been on the waves when we were. She could not have come here, interrogated him, and still gotten there when she did. I don't think. OOCEE. Is that correct? I mean, because, it got a little timey-wimey
there
when
are
we were actually
teleportation
traveling.
places all over, so...
And there's sending
There
stones,
might be ones that we don't know.
Also,
He should know that. Well, yeah.
I can't come
Sure.
to this one. Sorry.
Got it. No problem.
Yeah, also
Well,
there are sending
at least
stones,
it
people can
is-
talk to each other. Yeah.
It is possible. There's no reason why I'm like, no, that is flatly impossible.
It might be
It's-
impossible to
right,
you
right.
in your mind, though.
Got it. Right. No, Gatton's seen things. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if the timelines lined up correctly, but when you account for magic, that's true.
Magic.
I do not like this game. I would like to do my ritual speak with animals.
Okay. Sure. You're going to delay 10 minutes out in the street. Will you cast it? Do you want to go into an alley or?
No, Gatton is shameless. Because again, any birds, rats, cats, dogs, anything around here, I want to ask if they saw any unusual customers, especially if any of them smelled dead, because that is something an animal would be very aware of, especially the birds.
Roll me a d20 then to see what you get.
I'm like BT Dubs. Any yummy carrion out here in the streets, in the last couple of days?
Perhaps we could ask Skinface. They are rivals, I believe. I suppose one would be aware if the other one had suffered and might be.
Skinface is a homie, but yes, the birds, the aminals are bigger homies.
As you're spending 10 minutes in the street, you notice that there is a raven nearby on the corner of a building, perched there, just looking at you, just turning its head, paging from side to side.
Clockwork Raven or Raven?
Make a perception check.
I'm all like, is it within javelin range? Yeah. Mm. 30
Javelin
20.
You
Hey.
spot that along one side of the neck, the feathers are a little bit ruffled, and you can kind of see a little gap where there are tiny brass gears inside, and it does appear to have a space where there would normally be bird flesh, and instead there's just little cogs and so on.
We have an observer. I'm going to attempt to communicate with it. So I do point it out, but I don't try and spook it,
I keep cool knowing that we try and get in touch with these things, and sometimes they don't really.
When the spell
so
is ready, I do look at. I mean, we're like, when the spell is ready. Hello, friend.
Hello.
We suspect something strange has happened here in the past couple of days. Did you perhaps see anything?
We see many things.
Was there a battle here? Conflict of some sort? Dead, stinky things?
This world is full of conflicts.
Quite right. But right there, no subtlety at all, very much thumbing at it. So if anybody's watching, I'm like, that place. Did someone get hurt? Did someone die?
People sneak in at night. Go through the front. Less people came out.
Did you think they were bad people?
They had ill intent.
Do you know where they went?
They left into the night.
I am relaying this to you all, so, if you have questions for it, we can assume I'm translating into bird.
When it's mentioned less come out, I'm like, nice, he got a few.
I mean, did he? Yeah. I'm like,
Maybe not.
yeah. What size were they? Were they like me? Or like him? Or like her? Because if that kid is a kid, I'm like arena sized. I'm like, was one like this size?
One was much shorter. The rest were average for your kind.
When was this? 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights? Or however Raven, cognates the past like days to nights, I guess.
More
They
than
can't
How
count
many
nights.
bright times have there been since the event?
That's true. How many bright times?
2 nights after the Great Fire.
2 nights after the Great Fire. Tell me, friend, who do you serve?
You ask an excellent question. Who do you serve? Escatanyasi?
Myself and my friends.
And the question is who your friends serve.
And he does turn and look at both of them, and he's like, it's complicated.
Has Gatton stopped relaying this now? 'Cause it's getting
That
a bit
part,
weird.
I don't say, yeah. You're
There's just
like,
kind of an awkward look from Perrin, like, what's going on?
One last question, friend. When we enter the tower tomorrow morning, will we be welcome there?
That depends on your actions.
We understand that mistakes were made. We apologize for them. We do not intend to repeat them. That part I do relay, that we understand mistakes were made, and we did that. The part, are we welcome, that bit, the only part I don't relay is who do I serve and who do they serve. That part I keep to myself.
Yeah, I think when Perrin knows what's being said about the tower, he like nods along, because Perrin also intends not to screw with this tower again.
Arena is nodding, but it's not a confident nod from your perspective.
Lay poker face.
I cannot be certain as to your welcome, but I believe that you will be treated fairly.
The tower is challenging. Friend,
So is this world.
do you have any other messages for us? Presumably, you're here for a reason.
You are of interest to us.
You are of interest to me. I do reach in some of my foraged things and say, I do not know if you still require food as such, but I have picked up a delightful assemblage of berries from a far off place. You may not have tasted their like before.
The gnome has sustenance enough for us.
So the gnome has sustenance enough for us? Is that what they said? You cannot consume my gnomish friend. I relay that part.
You have some food on you, Arena?
Maybe Miri. I don't know.
I do put it back. And I say, strange days lay ahead. Be safe, friend.
We will. You, we cannot guarantee.
And I just pat the sword and I'm like, that's why I keep this. And I just look at you all and I just say, I do just need one more moment. And I go back into the shop.
Okay. Do you two want to go into the tavern?
You know, when Gatton goes back in, it's like, oh, no, he's.
I'm so
he
sorry,
won't, he
Barry.
wouldn't.
I'm so sorry. If I might.
Like he
I
wasn't
feel
reaching
like we
for
can't
the
just
sword.
let
I
him go
think
in there without us. I'm sorry, Distracted Elf. We're never gonna get to you.
I am under no stress at all. I'm just waiting. I'm hanging out. It's great.
I do walk straight into the Oracle.
As you walk straight past the
I
kid
mean,
at the desk,
we're gonna follow him. I can't let him go. Like, I can't let him go without us. That's dangerous.
as you go
Yeah,
straight past the kid at the desk, the kid just says, yeah, he's in the back. Just watches you go past. And then as you two come in, the kid goes, sorry, he's just going in the back to have a talk. You guys are gonna have to wait, if you don't mind.
I just walk past.
He raises a hand crossbow.
I just keep walking.
I'm gonna put a hand on Arena's shoulder, like maybe.
We can't let a Gatton go in there without us. He's gonna get murder faced.
Is Arena saying this in slightly more D&D words?
Yes, in slightly more D&D words. Yes.
I mean, getting murder faced is an
Yeah,
extra
if you're
description in
holding me
D&D words.
back,
Yeah,
like,
that
can we do
kinda
some
works.
rolls? I'm not gonna let him just hold me back. I'm squirmy. I can like worm away from him.
I expect that if Gatton runs
Acrobatics?
into trouble, he will definitely survive long enough for us to do something about it.
14.
Make an athletics roll.
I'm gonna try to squirm away from you.
You know, I appreciate that. That's a homie. You know, yeah, doing anything, you know.
Natural
Oh
20.
shit!
Funny.
Oh no!
The
you're
dice
like,
rolls like you're.
I think Perrin just grabs you by the back of the hood and just raises you off the ground, and you're just like,
Yeah, I'm like running. I'm like, and Arena's just like,
That's a
But you
crossbow.
can't let him go in there by himself. What if something bad happens to him? You've seen what he does sometimes. He has anger management problems. We probably should take him to some therapy or something like that.
I have anger
I-
opportunities. Thank you very much.
I put Arena down, but I keep hold of the hood, and I look to the receptionist. I'm like, he does have anger management problems.
ooh, persuasion.
well, you've given enough time here, so I want to see what happens with Gatton. We'll come back to you if we need
Okay.
to. Gatton, you walk into the room. The Oracle is sitting there, sitting there waiting for you, just looking at the doorway as you walk in. Do you want a chair or do you want to be angry?
I'm not angry yet. I turn and I look around and I say, something happened here. You were clearly injured. There's been a conflict. That boy is not your old attendant. What is going on?
Well, someone decided to attack my personage, and they unfortunately killed his father. Then they pushed their way into my room. However, my wards alerted me to the issue slightly late.
But you are currently safe.
I believe so. I believe they have either left the city or are lying low.
What didn't you tell us about who attacked you? If you saw their faces, if you did battle and defeated them, you must know something more than you said.
They weren't as you described. They weren't zombies or anything untoward like that. Merely trained fighters. We killed a one halfling and one human, and the other two fled.
Since I cannot cast Minor Illusion, but I did see the mercenaries, I'd describe how those mercenaries were dressed in the banner and everything and see if any of that rings a bell.
No, they were dressed in normal dark street clothing.
What was it that they wanted?
They
They
seemed
must
intent
have
on
said.
murdering me. I didn't give them a chance to speak. They had
Bless you.
already killed my door attendant. I felt it pursuant to greet them with fire.
Valid. However, in your business, you must have a number of rivals. How do you know this was not simply a normal thing?
Because attacking me at my place of business on the street is a little bit more upfront. We have a tentative peace, as I do with most of the other elements in the city. And I see most of them coming when they try and pull one over.
Yes. These answers are satisfactory. If you find the people that did this, please do let me know. And I just like tap the sword.
Cool. Do me a favor, just roll me a d20.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Everything that you said seems to match up with everything you have seen so far.
I put down like 2 more good berries on the desk and I say, for your pain.
Appreciated. They don't heal so fast in my old age.
No one does. And I billow the cloak dramatically as I turn and storm back out.
As you go to storm back, you notice Arena pulling at her hood, which Perrin is holding, and the kid on the desk has kind of put the crossbow down, looks at you, puts the crossbow back under the desk.
Get in. What did you do?
Nothing. We'll talk on the way. And I do just out. And while
Fine.
we are walking, I do recount everything he told me. That who he said attacked him, that they killed, that he said I responded with fire, my wards didn't let them talk, like all of that stuff. I definitely enter into the public record, as it were.
Okay.
Definitely concerned about the fact that what previously seemed like an unassailably powerful ally has been assailed quite successfully.
No one is unassailable. I think we've learned that the hardest of ways.
Well, we're definitely playing a larger game now.
Although, I'm glad that it was not necessary to do battle with a wizard today. Although, we've yet to meet this next one. The day is not over.
You say that as you push into the inn, and you notice that amongst all the people who are chatting and singing and ordering drinks and being a little bit like early in the morning, there are some people who got on night shift who are being a little bit more rowdy, but it's still early-ish. Over in one corner is a table with only one person sitting in it, with a little box added to the booth to make sure they can actually sit at the table. A gnome who seems to fit the description of a gnome wizard. Do you want to introduce what you look like, Mary?
Yeah, so when you look over at her, she's sitting by herself, looking over some notebook or something like that. She looks like she's got a typical wizardy look, but it looks like she tries really hard to put herself together, but it never works. Like she always looks a little bit like messy, like a little bit out of sorts, like just untamable attire. You know, with lots of pouches and pockets and things like that. There's notably like a little knife on her belt, but like no other visible weapon. And she's got a pair of like very round glasses that she continually adjusts or fiddles with or takes off and, you know, cleans or whatever. She's like very twitchy. There's like a little bit of energy about her even when she's idle.
Do you want to make her icon bigger so people can see?
Yes.
Yay! We post on social too, all of the art. It looks awesome.
Yep.
She's great. I love her.
I'll kind of scurry up to the table and be like,
Hello, are you Miri?
Yes. Are you one of the people I'm waiting for?
she offers her hand and she's like,
Arena Kaktir.
She puts down her notebook and like shakes your hand in a vigorous fashion.
Section.
Miri, you already know. You said my name already. I don't need to introduce myself. It's fine. Yeah.
Perrin Veldorel. Extend a hand.
Perrin. Yep.
You see, Gotten is like very much like lost, like he's thinking about something, and then he turns and looks at you and he goes, "Es Gotten Yarsi, but you may call me Gotten." And he says that in Gnomish.
Gotten. Miri, she replies in Gnomish, but for like no reason because it's two proper nouns.
Might be like one of those David David things.
an
Perhaps
accent
it
on it.
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, there's
differently in
a slightly different accent. Yeah.
Sounds more cheerful in Gnomish somehow.
One of the other things that you would probably note is that one of her pouches appears to be moving. Like she's got some living creature in it or something. And she like interrupts the introduction to like look down at the pouch and be like, "You gotta be quiet in here. You can't make. Shut up." Like it turns back to everybody.
All right. So I heard that you have information on Corbin Kaktir.
Right. Yes. I was told you'd want to know that. So I went to the Caligo and Briggs Tower School with sorry, the name is escaping me.
Corbin.
20 something years ago. This was kind of a long time, but you know.
When was the last time you saw him?
So I'll get into that part. We were, training for the Soulspire here in town. But the traveling tower appeared, and people want to skip the lines and pay nothing. So we tried to organize some groups for that, and his group got ahead of mine, unfortunately. Unlucky for me. They went in, and while we were waiting, for the tower to be clear again, it disappeared. So that was the last time I saw Corden.
You mean the tower went somewhere else?
Yeah, as it does.
Oh no.
Oh, the traveling tower moved while he was still.
That is the theory.
Gotten turns and looks at Arena and is like, "I believe I told you this is what happened to Corbin."
Yes, but what happens after? Where did the tower go? You know where the tower was popped up? Was there any news?
Not that I'm aware of. Traveling tower is not really my area of expertise. It's not really anybody's area of expertise. That's the real problem with it, sorry, I don't know more, but, some time ago he,
Where was it located when you all attempted to enter?
Oh, it's here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we knew there was a time that it was right outside, right?
Yeah.
And I turn and I look at Perrin and I say, "I believe you were correct about that as well."
Arena sits down and like I'm assuming there's a chair maybe nearby or something. She sits
There's
down.
like a booth, I imagine.
Yeah. She sits down in a chair and she just like slumps down and is like, she looks completely distraught.
Oh.
Perrin put it together. I know I did, but I'm not sure if Perrin had enough pieces.
Oh yes, that's that might have been after show meta. I apologize. Although
Yeah.
Gotten very much said he just went in the tower. He's still in the traveling tower. That's what happened. That was like his first thought. Although he turns and looks at Arena and he says, "I realize this is disturbing, but we've experienced the time dilating properties of the traveling tower. He may well still be inside fighting up through the levels. He may still emerge or have emerged in just some far-flung location.
But if he emerged
I would
somewhere,
doubt that.
wouldn't he have written a letter home? Mother is so worried about.
We have been in the traveling tower since that time, and only one party can enter at once. So, I mean, maybe the traveling tower, if any tower would be an exception, it would be that. But my suspicion is that it went somewhere else, and he walked out wherever that is. And unfortunately, I believe the tower can appear anywhere in the world. I'm not sure if it could. I hesitate to say it, but it may even be possible that at times it turns up in the old continent. There are plenty of other isolated islands that it could have appeared in otherwise that are remote but not unsurvivable.
Merely out of easy letter distance.
Sorry, I couldn't give, more specific information. That's just everything I know about Carbon.
We've been waiting so long. It has been 20 years since we've seen my brother.
Long time, by anybody's reckoning? Well, maybe not by some people's reckoning, but most people.
Still, that is more information than we possessed previously. Thank you.
Like, I guess if you were a lich or something, then 20 years wouldn't be that big of a deal, or something
Or
like that.
Warforged.
She like waves her hand like, yeah, of course, yeah, that too.
He does look her up and down. He's like, you are a wizard of some sort, yes?
I am, yes, quite the wizard, indeed. Well known for my skills, of course, she says in a way that suggests that she is definitely not well known for anything.
I have not heard of you. What skills are these that you are referring to?
I am a transmutation expert. I change stuff into other stuff, and then I move that stuff to somewhere else.
I also change stuff into other stuff, and I activate the poison claws.
That is, in fact, a change of state. Yes, that would do it, certainly. But I don't know how valuable the end result would,
Highly valuable, I assure you.
I'll take your word for it.
Do I know the value of it?
See me kill a lot of people. If you intend to come with us into the tower in the morning, you will learn the value of it.
Probably. Probably. And yeah.
What is your interest in the tower beyond power and glory like everyone else?
I mean, I was going to say, what is anybody's interest in any of these towers? And the answer is levels. But what you're asking is the usage of that power, presumably. Yes. I am doing my best to supply less fortunate individuals with the items that they might require from places where they can't get them. You see? And there is no better way to do that than to have the appropriate magic to move unseen, unheard, grease a few palms when you have to, that kind of stuff.
So you're a thief.
No. I don't steal things. I just move things from one restricted area to one unrestricted area. Like near death, for example.
And I do just rotate towards Perrin when she says near Earth.
I suppose it's a common profession for the people of this city. It's not the first time.
Arena is like taking out a piece of parchment and writing furiously.
I do.
Whole place
she looks over and she's like, I hope you're not noting down my potentially very illegal activities. Like, I'm just trying to be forthright with you because we're going to be in a position of terrible possible peril soon. And
when the whole city's corrupt, I suppose, depending on who you're stealing from, you might only be making things better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You take it from the one place and you move it to the other place, and the other place makes better use of it than the first place ever would have anyway.
He had
do not
another
worry.
friend that
I'm not writing about you.
And she just keeps writing.
I do
Great.
turn. I look at Arena and I say in Gnomish again. This means no one has seen him die. He is probably alive, just somewhere else.
It's an awkward kind of lead, seeing as it is that he is literally anywhere.
It's kind of open-ended, yeah.
It is something of a narrowing down.
I mean, he could also be dead.
You shush, voice in everyone's heads.
That is a possibility, strange.
Grim reality. I mean, I think that's the default. Like, yeah, he got super rolled up in the tower or in the infinite peril every day since over the last 20 years.
One in 5 people that goes in don't come out, and then you've got 20 years to die again. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't need to play the elephant in the room. It's there.
He's the DM. He literally is the elephant in the room. Yeah.
I mean, you could be. You can polymorph.
That's true. That's it. Roughly what time of day is it now?
It's early because you went early in the morning, so it's probably 11:30, maybe midday.
We will need to rest ahead of the tower tomorrow, but do you still wish to speak with this artificer ahead of time?
They're in near Earth. I don't think we can.
Oh, they were all the way there? Sorry.
Yeah.
I lagged.
Yeah.
I
We have to
lagged
travel.
slightly during that conversation. Yeah, sorry. Are there any other preparations we need to make for the third floor? We have winter attire.
Fourth.
Is it the fourth?
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
third level.
We're
but-
we're level 3, so
But we got
wait.
but we got 2 levels
Oh
out
wait,
of the
this is
traveling
American
tower.
versus this is UK versus US floors maybe.
No, we got 2 levels out of the traveling tower. We got 1 out of the Ravens tower, but that was but we still went to the 3rd floor, even though we didn't come up 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it. Oh, yeah, the floor is equal levels. Got it. I was still thinking, how many floors have we done in that tower? Got it.
Oh.
Like it's
Right.
like the entrance room is a magical elevator that just opens to the
basically,
next floor
yes.
you're meant to be at whatever
Got it.
area you happen to be in.
So even though we've been in it once, it was still the 3rd floor. Dig it. Got it. Cool. Well, are there any other preparations that we might need to make? You went to a tower school, yes? Is there any insights you could possibly provide?
Perhaps. Fourth
Mostly
floor?
they focus on just basic survival of like, because you're level 0 when you're going for the first time. It's basically like, hey, here's what you will meet, or here's what you can meet. Here are the type of challenges. Here are some mock rooms that we set up so that you don't get confused or scared because you're going into something for the first time, etc. Nothing that would really add beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the schooling is mostly for the, initial experience. Once you've got some levels, you're like past what you're gonna learn there. So for a 4th floor, not particularly. Nothing I can think of immediately. Anyway, that might be useful off the cuff. What I will say is that like I'm ready when you're ready, and when our time is. I've already been waiting for you, so I'm already prepared personally. So if you 3 have any further business, happy to help.
I would feel a little bit more comfortable going in if we had 1 or 2 more potions to hand.
That would not be a bad idea.
Hmm?
I need to send some letters.
And
You
she
also
like
picked
wraps
up
up.
a number of smaller magical items that you can decide who wants to be attuned to what, or if you want to sell them, you can. If that's something of interest for you. And yeah, if you want to send those, you can.
Yeah, she like wraps
I
up a
would
letter.
like
You see her
to-
taking a candle and like lighting a wax and sealing it.
If you want
I
to
would
send
like
it
to spend a
by
list-
like,
or 2 more.
like, you broke up really badly there, Ben. I'm sorry. What's that?
I would like to send a letter myself. Actually,
no-
I meant to ask the Oracle about sending one in a very secure manner, but then during our conversation, he did hand you an opened letter for you, so I'm not sure how good an avenue that is to take.
I don't think it's a good avenue.
you
Also,
want to send a
I
letter by
didn't trust
post-
the Oracle to begin with because he just wants to have information. So anything that passes through, they are going to know too.
Hmm.
And they
If
are
you
willing
want
to
to
sell
send
it
a
for a
letter-
price.
Sorry.
If you want to send a letter by post, it will take a while to get there. If you want to send a letter via sending stone, because there is a sending stone in most towns that they have a network for, it will cost you more, and it will cost you per 25 words. But you can do that if you want. It's up to you. If you want a much faster, like Telegram type system, you can send it by sending stone. If you just want post by foot,
How much does the sending stone
think-
cost?
it would be 20 gold per 25 letters. 25 words, sorry.
Ugh,
Should just buy our own pair of sending stones.
that's a lot. That is. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Is there like a middle option where like maybe it's some silver and it gets there quick-ish?
Sure, it will be 200 silver.
Like
Now
like
get
if
the same
I
speed.
like if I send like by sending stone like half the way and then someone writes it into a letter and sends that. I don't know. 20 gold's a lot, and we need potions.
Yeah, sorry. You're at that
I
awkward
think
level where you're like, we can do this now, but should we?
I think it goes by just paper. We need the money. And it means he can write an actual complete sentence.
Even though life is expensive here, we did get paid pretty well, though. Didn't we?
I mean, some money up front.
Like,
Yeah.
I have 150 gold, but that's 3 potions, and then that's it.
Right.
You've also got some magical items, and you won't necessarily want to use all of them.
Right.
Mm.
Which magical items?
Oh, we've got the ring of warmth and the ring of dying.
And I have a wand.
Yeah. You'll find that wand in the item list, by the way, now. It's the Ghostwood wand.
The ring
Also,
of
we
warmth.
have a small collection of stolen sending stones from bad guys.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, the ring that kills people is not saleable, except for like real cheap. And the sending stones that are connected to bad guys is also not something you can really sell.
We're not going to sell those. Yeah.
But people
come
break
on,
them down to their
ring that-
components.
ring
Hey,
that
if you want to
kills
contact this bad person, here's one side of a sending stone. Like,
Honestly, we
I
should
mean,
turn those
someone
over
might
to
pay for that.
the church. Yeah, I'm like,
if they're trying to get in
useful
contact
them.
with
Yeah.
that person.
Mm-hmm. Also, we should probably. I just look at Arena and I say, if she is going to be joining us in the tower, you should probably provide her with the ring.
Yeah. Arena
yes.
pulls out of a bag a little ring and hands it to you and says,
This is very useful, but it will only be helpful when you are near us. It will let you know how much vitality we all have.
Oh, useful. Little
once you
gadget.
put it on, you immediately like feel our health and you know we are at like 100%.
right now the ring is like a little silver band with a tiny little red gem that has a faint inner light in it.
Do we detect the size of her health pool when she puts it on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would know that she is at full health, but fragile.
I turn and look at her and I'm like, you have survived 3 levels of a tower. And I just put 3 good berries in front of her. I'm like, you are wasting away.
she leans in, like she's gonna whisper, like tell you a secret, basically, like very close. And she says, yeah, actually. And
It's
then
hard
just,
to
like,
hear what
leans-
you're saying.
Just leans back.
You also instantly know the 3 other people with you have certain HP amounts that are all full, etc. It's a ring of, now you know what everyone's HP is, so you don't need to be like, do I know they're injured? And
Do
can
I know
heal
they're
them?
hurt? Yeah.
Yeah. It only has a range of 100 feet, so if you go beyond 100 feet, it starts to register them as at 0 HP, which is awkward.
Yeah,
but-
this is something Perrin says. Is like, do bear in mind that if you walk away by a certain distance, then it will suddenly start telling you we were all dead. So don't panic.
Well, I mean, presumably we're not going to be a great distance apart from each other while, handling this, but
Just in case we're wandering around the market buying things, and then suddenly you think that we've started dropping like flies.
Oh no, my new companions have perished in the market.
Yeah, I did say that
Yeah, I'll
we had
keep
to be
that in
close
mind.
to each other. I did say that.
Mm. Okay.
So,
Welcome to the team.
potions?
Yes.
And with that, we're going to go to a break as everyone's potions.
Potions? I feel like
We'll be
that's
back in about 8 minutes.
alrighty. See ya in a bit. everyone, welcome back from our break. We went shopping for some health potions IRL as well. Sustenance.
I got no good berries, but I do have some food. You can't see it. It's literally right next to my head.
No, this is a potion of haste.
What is that even?
Knock off Red Bull.
It's a bowl of void.
No, not, not yours. I meant what kind
it's
of
back of
drink
holding.
he had.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
There it is.
pasta. That looks good.
Got a carb up.
Right. So you got your potions. You don't do any other shopping or any kind. You good?
No.
I just wanted a potion.
Ready.
I feel like a potion each is a very, very good idea.
Yep,
Yeah.
ready to roll. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that wand is useful. The ghost wand? Ghostwood wand?
Depends if anyone has necrotic as a damage type.
No. So that might be useful for us to sell for 80 gold.
80 gold is the buy price. Sell price will be much less than that,
Like
but
40.
you'll still get.
Yeah.
What does the wand actually do?
When you cast a damage-dealing spell using the item as your spellcasting focus, you gain a +1 bonus to 1 necrotic damage roll of the spell. But it has to be like, you have to be casting a necrotic spell.
Yeah, it seems like that is not either of your jams. So
No. So you could sell that, Bentham, if you want to. If we
do
don't
you?
need, if we don't need
you
to
don't-
RP it, like,
Yeah, but neither of you like break things down into components or anything like that, right?
not that. Maybe if it was like a smithing thing, but that's wood, so that's like wood carving.
I mean, yeah, you'd also lose the enchantment as soon as you break it. If you're not going to be buying anything fancy, you can just do that with the main shopping if you do some next time, because, you know, you don't need the gold in the tower, so you might as well do that as one.
Yeah, it was more if anybody
when
needed.
Yeah, if anyone needs anything right now, you can, but that's probably one fair to sell.
And we had a cold resistant ring that I think someone's wearing, right? Gatton's wearing?
I would like to, unless one of you need it. Oh,
Gatton's wearing
Yeah, we
that.
should
And then we
probably
have
keep
the
hold of
death
it.
ring, which I think no one is wearing.
I should
can't
hope
take it off?
nobody's wearing it.
just somebody's over there like, no.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh, I
hey,
got it mixed
Gatton,
up with
Gatton,
the health
here's the
ring.
warmth
Oh,
ring. And
no.
Gatton puts the ring on, and you're like, oh no, that was the wrong ring.
It's like, well, you're gonna wear it forever.
Oh,
now.
sorry,
What-
Mary. I gave you the wrong ring. I pulled it. I'm just kidding.
Ring of Death.
You could really screw someone over with that ring.
That might be grounds to keep
That's
it.
why when EE said it wouldn't sell for much, I'm like, there's a market for Death Ring.
Oh god, yeah.
No, in fairness, when you attune to the ring, you have to opt in. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Oh
It doesn't
right,
count.
yeah. Okay. Oh, so you can just put it on and it's fine.
Yeah, you can. It just doesn't do anything.
Don't think about it too hard. You might accidentally tune and then you're screwed.
It's like it's good for like when you get captured or whatever. You just like, you know, it's the cyanide pill of
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly what it is.
yeah.
Literally what
That's,
it is. Yeah.
that's what it is. That's what they were
If you
using
ever
for.
reach 0 HP or you become unattuned, you die.
Oh well, there you go.
Or the ring
Yep.
is removed, you die.
Yep.
So awkward moment if you get captured and you're like, maybe I won't like use the ring yet, and they like confiscate it. And they take it off and you just drop dead.
Oh no.
It's the if you're ever captured, you die ring.
I didn't think this through.
Yeah. Right. In which case, unless you want to do any purchasing or buying of any kind, beyond that, you've all got warm clothing. You've all got potions. Okay. You sleep. You rest. 4 a.m. comes around.
Well, hopefully we're there before 4
Well, we're
a.m.
not like we're there at 4 a.m.
You
Yeah,
have
right.
to be there like 2 hours before your slot to go through processing, etc.
Oh, what are we going to name our team?
In the
What's
queue,
your
like,
team name? Yeah. Because they don't have your records from last time because of the fire.
Well, we were given a name by Edmund. We could call ourselves the Knights of Andorra. I know we're not from there, but it's got a nice ring to it.
I mean,
Doesn't matter to me what we call the team. No.
Andorra was terrible, so.
I mean, there's
Girls of
always.
Andorra.
I mean, there's always Miri and Associates. You know, I'm just saying.
Miri et al.
Yeah.
Would be a good temporary name. That
Miri
way,
and
if we,
etc.
I wouldn't mind
That's
such
a-
a name just in case there's another incident.
What about the traveling knights? Because that seems to be us in a nutshell.
Ooh. We're not really knights.
We did-
It's generic enough to avoid notice. I think. You know.
We started with the traveling tower.
Mm-hmm.
Would we consider
I like
ourselves knights, though?
I've got certain feelings about the term knights, but it's got a ring.
Then write it down as NIGHTS.
All right.
Or heroes.
Traveling heroes.
Night travel?
Ooh.
Night travelers?
I don't really travel during the night.
I mean, we do though. I did. Yep. Also, it doesn't actually
No,
matter, so
sometimes.
write down literally anything.
This is important, damn it.
It's
There is
important.
a fame
Branding.
bar, and
Yeah.
the more you keep your name consistent, the more your fame can build.
Yeah.
You can't keep
don't
changing your
know if
branding.
that's- I know, I can already hear temper, but I don't think that's good. I don't think we want fame.
I'm into traveling terrors.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Troubling terrors.
that bad.
How about just the delvers? I was gonna say the archaeologists, but that's not quite true. But we do keep plunging into horrible places and coming out again.
Parents and archaeologists?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what the names were that I had before.
None of them really curled their toes, so I guess
No.
even if we can't think of it, it kind of so. I mean, the survivors really haven't all of us survived some sort of like genocidal extinction.
Oh, you know the best name for a group of Aarakocra bards?
I like where this is headed.
Bards of a feather.
Oh, that's
You
cute.
could also do it with Kenku bards.
Yeah,
I'm back.
there you go. Well, bard party.
There you go.
Kenku, Akokra. Maybe like if you flavor the winged tiefling with feathers.
How about just the chosen?
The chosen not knights.
The chosen not knights, yeah, because that's like their thing.
I'm having a bad internet time, but I think I'm okay.
Okay with the name the chosen? Really?
No, not with the name. I think my internet's actually no, it's not okay. Your video is way lagged.
Uh-oh.
Although you were coming through okay.
Yeah, you're coming
maybe,
okay to us.
maybe your upload is good. Maybe your download is bad.
Yep, I lost everything for a minute there.
Why don't we just name it nothing? Just the word nothing. Yeah,
It's very existentialist.
I know.
Not applicable. Nothing.
Not
Fill in later.
The cog deers, COGDEARS.
It's funny.
I thought you guys would
Yeah,
already
true,
have
true.
a name. I don't know. I didn't come into this with like a
we
plan.
had a name, and then there was an incident, and we got in a bit of trouble, and then
Oh no, you're gonna tell her
best to
that?
start fresh.
Wait it.
No,
All
that's
right. Okay. I'm not gonna.
sometimes you need a fresh start.
It's fine. It's fine. Whatever you did, I forgive you.
Aw.
Restart.
Also, I don't know you, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Reset.
My forgiveness is free.
Something about phoenixes. Maybe it's a little bit on the nose. What with the fire in the records?
I like it. Phoenix Knights. Wait.
Or Light of the Phoenix.
Thing.
That's not a god symbol, is it? We could go very meta and just be like the new day, since that's what the
Oh no,
the Survivor
that's
is
not.
after.
No.
Long rest. Short rest.
Yeah. Like I need a long rest.
It's hard.
What about the
We put-
travelers?
We put a name down, but like, let us think on the name.
Yeah. What about the travelers? That's true. I don't want to spend the whole time workshopping
Sure.
a name.
Let's just go with the travelers for now.
Yeah, the travelers.
Okay.
We'll probably get in there before they notice that it's probably already
I'll put it
taken.
temporarily down as the travelers, but we'll finalize it before next session because then it will become important.
We can talk about that in the after show.
Okay, so you go through the entire process. There are a lot of forms to fill in because you have to do everything again. But there's no record of you. So they just have the paperwork redone and everything is fine. They do the marking process with you again to figure out what marks you have. They do confirm your subclass Perrin as being Vengeance. And then you are brought to the central plaza, where you notice that there is a slightly higher guard presence than last time you were here. The birds are wheeling overhead, and since you're looking for it, you do notice that a number of ravens are perched on buildings surrounding, and they all do seem to be watching you. Not thousands as there were last time, but there's certainly a few dozen that are very specifically watching you.
Oh, not again. Just look at the floor.
As you're going
He's like,
towards...
hello, friends, because he doesn't remember anything that was a problem.
You do remember the part where we came out of the tower and every raven in the city was staring at us intently?
Oh, I know you did a bad. I just don't remember what the bad is. So he's like comforted by the ravens.
You do.
Like,
We
hello.
told you what the bad was.
But I don't remember it.
It's true. You don't remember how bad it was.
I've been told
Oh, no.
things happened. Yep.
You could call yourself friends of the ravens. Just be like, hopefully they like us.
Raven friends.
Yeah, as you're going into the bit at the beginning where you've got the guards who are standing inside the lobby of the tower, your guide just turns to you a little clipboard and says, okay, so going through all the points, you are ready to go in. Have you stowed any bags of holding or other handy haversacks and pocket dimensional items?
I will. Yes.
Okay, well, here is your shit to get access back to your locker afterwards.
But I take all the important stuff
you've
out
already
that I
been
need.
paid. Cool. You won't be overburdened. You've not got a huge amount in there.
Yeah.
Has Miri seen Mecha Pietro yet? Because I don't know that we've heard the like squirming of her creature, but
I would assume so, that she's, because it's been with us,
I mean,
right?
yeah, it's taller than both of you.
Mm-hmm.
A metal pangolin that has segmented metal scales. They will have asked to see the documentation on it.
We
It looks
probably
like
I
you
have
should have
documentation.
introduced- We probably should have introduced our giant robot pangolin when we met Mary.
Yeah.
I probably did. I probably would have.
Yeah. And it goes.
Impressive.
Although
Yeah.
Miri, what type of gnome are you?
Forest gnome.
Oh, then you probably can hear it, like you can communicate with it, not like words, but you know,
Not like words, but yeah.
You
emotional.
can communicate basic concepts to it. Yeah.
Definitely a rarer sort than any pet of mine, or friend, I guess, of mine. She says, just commenting, on the situation.
Yeah. Arena doesn't say anything anymore.
This paperwork all seems to be in order. You found this. You got this at an auction, apparently, here in Near-Death.
Here in Near-Death?
Here in Vihoras.
Yes, quite the rare find. I start completely BSing the load of archaeological knowledge about it.
Sure, make a deception roll.
Oh god.
Oh no! Why did you do that?
I'm hoping that I'm hoping the
Does
documentation
he get
picks up
advantage
the
because he has
slack.
documentation? Yeah.
17.
Nice.
17. Well, that is very interesting. Sure, okay. Well, here's your documentation back. All seems to be in order. I've added a bit to your paperwork that says you have a mechanical pet that does not contravene the divine ban. Sure, you're good.
It's sweating.
Yeah, Arena takes she's been holding her breath the whole time and finally takes breath.
Yeah, like Arena's kind of gone red and then suddenly deflates. Okay, you're good to enter the tower when you want. And the guards all file out of the opening room and it's left open for you. The tower ominously rising up in front of you. Mist kind of falling off it in waves as it's very dark and you can only kind of see the ominous gloom as the mist is kind of rolling over you.
Good thing about these kind of situations is that credentials often breed credentials.
Paperwork.
The real enemy.
Well, I don't know about enemy. There's something wrong with a little bit of paperwork, and especially when it gets you into places like this, like waving ahead.
Sometimes you gotta play by the rules.
And sometimes you use the rules and you play outside of them. But everybody thinks you're... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Arena looks at that a little suspect.
Yeah. Everyone we meet here is a scoundrel. Yes.
All right. Like cracking knuckles, doing stretches.
That's funny. Meanwhile,
Checks
Arena's
his tower
sitting.
guide is like on his belt.
Arena's sitting on top of like Micah Pietro eating a muffin.
Mary's just checking all of her pockets, making sure
Like
that she
Pietro
has various
tries to,
arcane
like,
things.
Raise its hand to get to the muffin, but can't.
I drop him some.
You hear like the mouth open and close, and then you hear a second like shutter on the inside open, and then a.
Enjoy, friend. What is that sound?
Can I tell what it is? I would assume I can.
Yeah, you would know it's a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Gatton asks, like, what is that sound?
It sounds like a rat.
What the? She's like digs through her pockets and pulls out like this rather sizable like black rat, or sorry, gray rat. And she's like, Ashby, I told you to stay back this time. This is gonna be dangerous. I don't know what you're doing here, but all right, yeah, that's fine. Okay, you can.
I open up one of my chest compartments. I say, Pietro used to ride in here before he upgraded his accommodations. If you would like me to protect your rat, I can.
Oh no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I jump down and I scratch his little ears
Yeah.
and pet it.
Mary looks over at you like, he is specifically contravening my orders right now. You should not be indulging him.
Sorry, he's just so cute.
All right,
Look at
Ashby,
his little face, all the
gotta
little
stay-
whiskers.
you gotta stay in the leather pouch, okay? This whole time. Don't be messing around unless I tell you specifically. All right? Okay, good. Yeah, we agree. All right.
I lean over to Perrin and I'm like,
I could make him a bigger cake.
Mary's pockets look big enough that like it's not uncomfortable. You know what I mean? She's got.
no,
plenty
this
of
is
money.
more for Perrin to be like, stop it.
Perhaps one thing at a time. You know, it was enough effort getting the paperwork for this one.
Those pockets aren't pocket dimensions, right? Because when you go into the tower,
Oh,
you
no,
will
no.
explode.
Yeah, no, I know the rules. Yeah, we're good. Just pockets, just really deep pockets. Sometimes I forget what I've even got in there.
I do that sometimes too.
And she starts like, she like pulls out like random piece of metal.
Stuff.
Flint. I don't know.
Severed head. Whoops.
Oh no, that's Gatton. Gatton's
Yeah,
the one
it's
carrying the
Gatton's
severed head.
Severed heads. Yeah.
I needed proof. The ring, the cold resistance ring, what does that do?
I believe there should be a sheet for it. Otherwise, I will have to make one. I've completely forgot. But it gives you resistance to cold damage, and
Okay.
you don't have to worry about adverse climates.
Okay, as long as I know. Dig it.
Yeah, we didn't
Perfect.
have it.
Not in the
list.
magic items list on the handouts.
At least not for us. Not visible to us.
Again, as long as I know.
Yeah.
Resistance to cold damage. Don't need to worry about the stuff. Okay.
There you go. It is now visible to all players.
Hey, what's this super
Yay.
happy fun death sword? Why didn't I get that? Hey, right.
Because I don't like you having fun.
Sorry. Ready to roll then, I think.
Yep.
Okay. You all step inside the lobby. The ominous door in front of you, imposing. And as they shut the door behind, there's an ever so slight flicker, a moment where all your rings suddenly desync and then resync. And you're
New?
still in the lobby. No.
Oh, it's like as we transition to the dimension.
Yeah.
And just a slight dimensional separation. Nothing to worry about.
As soon as that door shuts, I'm like, oh, we still didn't buy a tower glass.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You got one in the gift shop.
We're gonna get one.
Mary just looks over at you like, Okay.
You know what? Mary has a tower glass.
Yes.
She like
She's a professional.
She like digs through her pockets and pulls it out. Like, you mean like one of these?
Do you want it to be a really functional one that looks like you got it in the gift shop but is still functional, or like a really like nice and fancy one?
Definitely functional, but definitely not well taken care of. That's
Okay,
just like
it's
her
kind
entire
of like
deal.
cracked and scuffed all on one side, and it's just
yeah.
an hourglass with like 3 rods up the side to hold it together. But it is a tower glass.
She's clearly put like heavy objects on top of it at some point, or
Some red
like one of
scratches.
the struts is bent.
Excellent.
looks over to parent. You mean like this one? You can borrow it if you want. Like, hand it over.
Oh, perfect. Like, I'll take it. Just kind of look it over for a second, stick it in my pocket.
Just, be nice to it. It's got some miles on it,
I am going through a tower with it, but otherwise, I'll do my best.
Well, I mean, yeah, as nice as you can be in the circumstances, obviously.
All right, let's go.
Tower.
Tower.
Tower might die.
Okay. What's your normal marching order? Generally, the doors are like 2
Gan's
characters
usually
wide.
carrying me.
Yeah, arena on my shoulder.
I guess
Because it goes both ways. A lot of times I'm in the front because of potential risk, but then sometimes other people need to be in front because they'll notice something. So just sort of the 2 of us.
I guess in between Perrin and Gatton is probably my safest location.
Yeah, I guess I'll cover the rear.
Okay.
Unlikely to have anything happen. This room is definitely safe. You never know.
So again, do you open the door?
I just sort of like look at everyone for a second and just like nod and then open it. Yep.
Okay. As you open the door,
Fireball.
I was lightning bolt, but sure. You look into what appears to be a stone chamber, about 20 feet across, 20 feet, not 20 feet, sorry, like 100 feet across and 100 feet wide. Tall ceiling with several rafters very high up that cast like an ominous gloom down from light sources that you can't really make out. As you look around, you notice there are 6 pillars along the center, along with desks in between. So there are 4 desks. At the far end, there are 2 doors. One door has a red outline, and the other door has a blue outline. Yeah, and an arena is your first in. Make me perception checks.
Perception. And I guess Mecha Pietro is behind us. Or maybe next to us. Do we want him next to us?
You can have 2 people wide.
Okay. Perception. 5.
Arena doesn't notice this. Gan,
23.
you notice that
19 from Pietro.
okay. Pietro's a little bit harder because of Pietro's position, but I think even Pietro would notice this, although Pietro can't really comment on it and doesn't have the intelligence to necessarily know the context. So this would be Gatton only. Gatton, as you look, you notice that 2 of the desks have little like compartments slightly ajar. These drawers are kind of closed most of the way, but you do see slight glimmer of one is blue and the other one red.
I point that out.
So there's 2 desks with different
There are
colors.
4 desks, but 2 of them appear to have slightly ajar drawers, one of which has a slightly red color inside it and the other one is slightly blue.
What are the like relative to each other? Is it like the 2 on the left, 2 on the right, across, diagonal?
The red one is the furthest on the left, and the blue one is the closest on the right.
Okay.
That seems way too easy. I don't like it.
Yes, 4 desks, 4 of us, 2 keys. I put Arena down and I approach. Forgive me because we haven't done this in a little bit. It's the red rooms are combat rooms.
Yes.
And the blue room,
combat or have an eye combat theme. Yes.
And the blue rooms are predominantly puzzle challenge based.
Blue is normally intellectual or knowledge based, or at least mostly.
I slowly approach the desk with the red key.
Okay.
I say,
also, Maggie, can you reset Pangolin health to full? Because I believe it's still damaged.
You'd have to drag the thing onto the sheet or onto the screen for me to do that. Because it's not on the sheet. It's not based on the sheet.
Oh, it's not on the front one. Right, there you go.
Yeah.
I say as I'm approaching it, I don't touch it. I say, presumably, each of us is going to need to sit at the desks, but I go first, though.
Okay. You sit down at the desk.
Spear, like, poke the chair, just, if it's gonna, like, explosive runes. I make a point not to touch the drawer, though.
Okay, make me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I would like to investigate if there's possibility before I go sitting in any chairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just plop down. I feel like that's where this is headed, but it's not where it's gonna start.
What are you investigating then, Arena?
I'm looking to see if there's anything peculiar about the desk. And there's chairs, you said? So the desks, the chairs, and maybe even like the spacing on the floor. Like if it's clear that maybe these belong in a specific place on the floor.
Okay, so you're just doing a general investigation of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, make an investigation roll.
I am looking for overt danger. Traps, poison needle, explosion, whatever is going to get us when we sit in these chairs is the type of thing I'm looking for.
Looking at the chairs, they seem perfectly fine. Doesn't seem to be anything. As you poke it with a spear, like kind of give a push to the side, check underneath. Seems to be pretty basic stools. Arena, as you try and cover the entire room with your investigation check with the 18, it'll take you a little while, so it's going to take, a few minutes to investigate the entire room. So we'll come back to that in a bit. Again.
Okay.
I just stand, I say, no obvious danger. When you all think we should, I suggest we sit at all four, but your guess is as good as mine. And I do not sit in it yet. I'm just like, they're ready to sit in it, but I don't sit in it yet.
It seems reasonable as a plan. She walks over to one of the available desks.
Oh, which one do you want to do? The one that there was a blue glimmer from, or one of the other two?
Let's go with the blue one. Why not?
Okay.
And she waits like Gatton is waiting for the others to be ready for whatever it is.
If Arena's checking the room as a whole, I think Perrin has a quick look at the pillars in case there's anything going on with those.
Okay. Make me a quick investigation check.
Five. Nailing it. It's a pillar, guys. I think it might support the ceiling.
Good guess.
Roll to seems legit.
Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing weird with the room. No traps. Nothing.
Okay.
Obviously, you haven't looked inside the desks because you're not touching anything at this stage. You're just looking, but everything else, the external seems fine.
All right, I go to one of the desks, whichever one is closest to Gatton.
Okay, sure. We'll go the one behind Gatton. Perrin, do you want to go to the other one?
Yeah.
Where is Pangobot going? Just next to you?
Yeah, next to me.
Presumably, we should all sit down simultaneously.
Okay, let me count us down. Ready? 3,
All right.
2, 1, sit.
I sit.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, the two drawers with the colors begin to eke open very slowly.
Got a blue
One of them
here.
seems to have a blue key inside, a crystalline shape. The other one, a red. And the one which I need Arena and Perrin to roll me 1d2.
Ooh.
Oh.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Two.
2.
Just roll me d20 each. That would have been easier.
You're just trying to determine which one of us for something.
Perrin,
One and a
d2.
two.
in your drawer,
That's
in your
really
draw,
funny.
Does that count as a natural one for the count?
Probably not. But in your one, Perrin, is a gold key.
Okay, there's a gold key in this one. I don't reach for it yet. I just say that.
Do either of you have mastery of the cantrip known as Mage Hand?
No, I do not.
No. Wait. Nope.
But
Wait.
Pietro
Yes,
could
actually I
learn-
do.
Perhaps you should try and mystically
This one.
lift your key.
That one has double minor illusion in it for some reason, which is not correct. I will fix that in a second. Sure. Yeah, you want me to try and pick up the blue one? No problem.
Well, before she does it, I just say, I deeply suspect something will happen when we try and touch these keys. At least she will not risk her hand if we go about it this way.
Well, we will try. Yeah, exactly. From a distance, and she like hovers her hand over the drawer.
Okay,
and
so you want to do it from a distance. Are you going to get up from the chair?
Nope, because that has opened the drawers, so I don't want to remove the pressure from the chair pressure plate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So while sitting, she like holds her hand above the drawer and makes like a sort of magnetic grabby gesture to try and pull it up with a couple of, somatic magical words without touching it. So she tries to lift it. If it weighs more than 5 pounds, it doesn't work, obviously.
Okay. As you do so, the key begins to shudder and then is picked up. As it exits the drawer, the entire desk jumps towards you, and the drawer itself grows teeth and
Of
tries to
course.
clamp around
Yeah.
you.
Of course
I'm
it
going to
does.
make an attack roll.
I did wonder if that might be what that is.
Does a 18 hit you?
I cast shield as a reaction?
You don't have shield on a surprise.
Darn.
Sorry.
Well, then yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Might I submit, is she truly surprised? We all know something dangerous is about to happen.
You are still surprised, unfortunately. You have to be aware of the actual bad
Unless you have a
problem.
feat or something that lets you be
Never
always
surprised,
aware.
yeah.
Yeah, never surprised. Like Pietro has that.
So yes, you take 7 points of bludgeoning. At the same time, because you've activated every single one of them, Gatton.
Mm-hmm. Can I make athletics to try and snatch the key before it starts biting? Because we all know what this is.
You wouldn't be able to because they're acting simultaneously.
Okay.
Oh, darn. Mine doesn't have a key.
Lucky you. 9. It lunges towards you, and part of the desk, like the top, bends forwards and smacks into you, but you don't really feel it as you're just kind of pushed backwards a bit. Doesn't do anything. And Perrin. $19.
Oh.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as the desk again whips forward, smacks into the side of your face, and sticks to you. You are now counted as grappled, and Miri, you're also grappled.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to go into combat time.
To be clear, these are creatures that have come to life. These aren't traps.
Yes.
Okay. Dig it. That will affect my response.
The entire desk is animated. The mouth, the actual drawer is now grown teeth, and you can see a little purple tongue sticking out of the actual drawer, and as it shuffles forwards. Also comic.
I feel like what we were meant to do was all grab the keys at once, so no.
Yeah, that's what I
Maybe we
figured as
defeat
well.
the things, we'll get keys.
I figured we had to all open the keys at the same time.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
I know, but it's okay. I think it's fun to do different things.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Dirty 20 on the initiative.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Natural 20
Okay.
on initiative, which doesn't mean I'm first, because I'm that slow.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Remove Pietro. Sorry.
Why, is not Pietro not acting?
He X'd on my turn.
Oh, right, yeah.
I
yeah.
accidentally rolled. I didn't think
Yeah,
about it. I
cool.
just.
Okay, so 3 of the desks have come to life. Perrin and Miri are both like stuck to them, actually to like the surface of the desk. It's really awkward. But Gatton, you're up as the one that actually tried to attack you, just kind of bounced off you. There was a kind of effect, but it didn't stick hard enough.
Can I still see the key?
It's inside its mouth, but you can.
Would it be possible to attempt to grapple to get the key? To like grapple to snatch it out of its mouth?
Oh, you just want to grab the key out of its mouth? It would be possible. It looks like it would be dangerous, but possible.
I would like to rage. And then grab it.
Okay.
Which has advantage.
It would be a plain strength check, but you would have advantage on it because it's not really about your strength, it's about your like quickness of action.
Mm-hmm.
But you could use strength instead. It would just be a plain strength, but raging. So you'll have advantage on that. And I will use, counter roll with strength. Okay, but as a reaction, because you're reaching into its mouth, it will attempt to make a bite attack on you.
Apologize for the times I've been crunching without muting. I've been trying to do it, but I've missed some. Sorry.
Okay, so you smack your arm into its mouth with just plain force. You're just trying to grab that key, and you grapple your hand around it before it can shift out the way. But as you do so, the mouth closes down around your like arm, and I rolled a natural 20. You take 8 piercing, which half to 4, plus 10 acid damage. And as you rip your hand back out, you see some of the teeth actually bend and break. And your arm comes out, and you can see some of it like hissing as fumes come off of your arm, and you can see the bark actually starting to warp.
So
But
14
you now have the
total,
key.
right?
14 total.
Okay.
Because you don't half the acid, do you?
Mm-mm.
No.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah. And you have yourself a red key.
Oh, bonus action, rage, attack, grapple. I'm actually going to. I'm not going to change the attack of opportunity. So
It has its reaction to do the attack when you tried to grab the mouth, so you could totally do that.
Then I'm going to move, and I'm going to bolt towards Miri, because I know she's not very strong, and I just know how hard this thing just hit me. So I'm kind of like, boom, 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 boom.
Right, yeah, you just head over like 20 foot behind you to Miri, and you can see this gnome is awkwardly stuck to the top of a desk.
Right. However, I cannot do anything yet except get there, except like, stay calm, I'm on the way. And that's it for me.
Okay. That makes it Miri's turn.
That is a good. I'm looking through my spells, going, what can I do about this? And I have one possible maneuver. So Miri, while stuck to this desk, is like trying to extricate herself a little bit, and realizes she's not gonna be able to get away like in enough time or whatever. So she frantically tries to cast a spell, and during this spell, she like tells a joke to the desk in Gnomish, and it's like one of those jokes that doesn't translate very well, but that like, you know, it's part of the somatic component. You gotta tell a joke for Tasha's hideous laughter, and she's gonna try and make the desk laugh enough that it falls over and lets her go.
Okay. Right, what do I have to make for a save?
Important point of clarification for those of us that speak Gnomish: is the joke any good?
The joke is the kind of joke you would tell while you're being threatened that you might die. So you take whatever
sassy gnome joke.
So it's a wisdom saving throw, and the DC is 14 for my spellcaster level.
13.
Oh, 13 maybe. Yeah.
The desk. It's 14 your DC, right?
My DC is 14. Yeah.
Okay, I just failed it. The desk shudders, and then the drawer opens and closes a little bit, and it just starts to like chatter weirdly. Like the drawer just opens and closes really fast. The legs wobble, and it just tilts backwards and just falls over backwards. However, it's not using its ability to grapple you. You're just stuck to it. So you go over with it.
I mean, that's fine. It's not going to attack me, so we're good.
It's not going to attack you, but it is gonna just start. The desk is laughing.
The desk
it's a thing now.
It is prone and unable to stand.
Yeah,
it's like when pigs fly, when desks laugh.
Yeah.
Cake is a lie. The desk is laughing. Yep.
That's the best I could do.
Completely legit.
I was like, I hope it has enough intelligence. Crossing my fingers.
Where did the desks go?
They are now mimics.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Perrin's go then.
I like how Perrin is so slow that he rolls a natural 20 on initiative and still goes third.
You all rolled really well.
I'm grappled, so I guess I will attempt to break out of it.
Okay. You are at disadvantage to that.
Is it strength to do that?
It's either athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. Is this an action?
Yes.
Could I attack instead?
Yes.
I think I might just hit it with the sword lots.
Sounds fair enough.
Attack roll.
I try and get off, and I'm like stuck to like the varnish, and it's horrible. And I'm like, oh, forget it. Ugh.
Yeah, like you're awkwardly stuck. It's your face that's stuck to it, so you're like that. You're just pulling the sword out and smacking it. That is a hit.
23.
23.
Roll damage.
That's a 7, but one of them's a 1.
Please do a d6 -1, because then you can just add the damage straight.
All right. D6 -1. There we go. 11.
11 in total. Okay.
Very nice.
You actually just start hacking into the desk two-handed with your face still stuck to it with the sword. It's really difficult, but it does seem to be working.
I don't know. I should have decided before I rolled whether I should smite it. Oh well.
Yeah, you have to declare before the damage roll, sorry.
Yeah. Oh well. I think I'll leave it at that then.
Okay. Arena, you're up. The only person not with a desk right now.
I do have a question. I didn't specify before, but if it's okay, during the rest, I would like to have Featherfall Shield and Cure Wounds, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's no use for identify when. All right, so I am going to, if it's okay, could I climb up on the chair and then climb up on top of this desk?
Yeah, that'll just take a little bit more movement. That's fine.
Okay.
The desk is not resisting you.
Okay. And then I'm going to shoot at this one.
Okay. Which one was that? Sorry, was that the
one by
one
Perrin?
with Perrin?
Yes.
Okay, it'll have half cover because of Perrin.
Okay.
'Cause he's stuck to it.
And
It's like, don't shoot me.
I'm going to have Mecha Pietro. Can Mecha Pietro go here? Or here, actually.
Yes.
Mecha Pietro is going to attack this one.
Okay.
But I will go first. So, attack. A crossbow. 9. I'm guessing that does not
Miss,
hit.
unfortunately. The arrow comes dangerously close to Perrin's head before flying over and hitting the wall.
And then Pietro is going to try to claw. 10.
That is also a miss, unfortunately. Like,
We
Pietro
fail
goes
miserably.
up and goes, "Ah," and then goes to attack, but unfortunately, as the desk falls over backwards, you have advantage. The desk is incapacitated.
Yeah, the
enough.
desk is incapacitated.
Roll again.
Ooh, one more time. Come on, Pietro, you got this.
Well,
The first
That is a
swipe
hit.
is not good, but the second swipe. 4 slashing.
Okay. Yes, Pietro, like, momentarily has to re-aim as unfortunately there is a gnome kind of thrown about in the way as the desk is rolling on its back. And then eventually just starts hacking down on the legs of the desk, not the gnome.
but if he hits it, it gets a savings throw at advantage to get loose.
Yep. And no, it does not break 3. It's still laughing.
I I can talk as a free action, right?
Yeah.
I just say, that one's taken care of. Let's deal with the others.
So, on their turn, creature at the end of each turn, and each time makes so it can make another save at the end of its turn. So the one Miri's going to make a save. Okay. It is still laughing. The one with Perrin is going to now attempt to bite Perrin.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah, get off me, get off me.
Yeah, you're flailing so much. That's why I missed. I didn't want to hit
Natural 1 and a natural 2.
Good, yep.
It's trying to bite you, and you've like wedged the back, like your hilt of your sword into its mouth, and it can't quite close it.
Quit
Very
moving, I
awkward.
can't hit it. I don't want to hit you on accident.
And the other one is going
I
to run up to
appreciate it.
Arena. And he's going to make a
Oh
pseudo
no, there's another one. It's coming for me.
13.
No.
It's trying to like land the pseudopods on you, like the desk is flipping forwards and smacking at the desk near you. Kind of gets the desk stuck to it, and it has to like shimmy it off before it just sits back down as a desk. The drawer opening and like the long purple tongue coming out. Garten, you're up.
So the only one currently actively in danger is Perrin, correct?
He is still stuck to it, and it is attacking him. Yes.
Right. The one that I ran away from, it didn't move. Like it's not. It didn't change. Okay,
It went
cool.
to attack Arena.
Got it. If it went to attack Arena, I'm gonna attack that one. Smash it with the sword. Like.
Okay. Draw the sword and you run over to it.
Let's see. It looks cool. Let's see if it is cool.
Anything like you, Dave? It is.
Let's see. Oh, there we are. Apologies. Skadoosh.
As a hit.
Hey. All right. And
Okay, 14 damage. You just bring the sword down two-hand on the top of the desk, and it
Jeez.
leaves a big score in the top, and you can see it oozing just a little bit of purple blood out of the like actual like woodwork of the desk.
I just yell, "Come on!"
Okay. Mary, you're up.
I think I need to try and extricate myself from this grapple. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and escape with.
It is incapacitated, so it automatically fails the roll, but it does take your action to get out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful. I
Kind of like you push yourself away from it with four like limbs, and then you're like one hand off, one leg off, and you're like, how do I do the other leg? You like grab the pillar and just pull yourself away from it.
just like manages to pull herself off of this this mimic and then run back around this pillar here, which is
Okay.
within distance. Although she'd fallen over because the mimic had fallen over, right? So I gotta get up.
Yes. Yeah, you'd be knocked prone with the mimic.
So 5, 10, 15 would put me here. Oh wait, she's only got 25 movement. 10. We're good.
Yeah.
Pietro will protect you.
Yeah. And then that's my action, so I guess that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Perrin, who is stuck to a desk.
I'm gonna keep hitting it.
Go for it.
I'm good with everyone else focusing down the other ones one by one while I keep this one busy.
Get it.
That's the hit.
24! Nailing it.
Dang.
Just gonna see what damage I get. So,
8.
and
Two can be redone.
once the reroll. D6 minus 2. 10.
Okay. Yeah, you lay into this one, and that sword comes down again, this time smacking into the drawer, and it looks like one side of like the edge of it has been kind of beveled, and it starts to leak that fluid again.
Wearing it down, wearing it down.
Arena, you're up.
Ooh, okay. Arena's gonna drop the crossbow and pull out the living blade and attack it with that.
Arena, somewhere on her person had like a 5-foot spear that we just haven't talked about. She pulls out the spear and starts swishing around with it.
I've used it before. All All right, 15. Does it hit?
That is a hit.
Nice. All right, 7.
All right, 7 slashing. Yeah, it lays into the top of it, and you actually start like swinging it down, doing quite a bit of damage to the top of the desk.
And then
Impressive.
Mecha Pietro is going to.
Okay. Advantage
8.
because it's incapacitated.
Oh yeah. Keep forgetting. 6. No.
Oh, it doesn't get to save because you didn't do damage though.
So
You
him
hit.
missing is actually useful.
Yeah,
so.
it's actually good.
That's true, but he's kind of dumb, so he's just gonna keep attacking unless Miri tells him like, "Hey, stop hitting it" or something.
Okay. The mimic, however, stops laughing, and you can see the drawer just slowly close, and like along the edge of the front, 2 little eyes open, and they look like kind of frowny eyes. Angry.
Anger disc.
The one versus Perrin though is going to attempt to bite Perrin.
Could be worse, Desk. You could be in a school.
17. Does that hit you, Perrin?
Yep.
Ooh.
We need to get
You take
hired.
11 piercing and 1 point of acid.
No.
12 in total.
Acid.
This
Yeah,
time, as you're trying to lay into it with the sword, the actual like mouth opens, the drawer just shifting away, closes around your knee, and starts chomping down several times, and the actual like teeth start digging into the flesh around your upper thigh and knee, and the acid starts to burn down your leg.
So I'm just there like, I got it. I don't got it anymore.
Yeah, it did 10 points of acid damage to me. Yeah.
The one with Arena and Gan is going to attack. It's going to attack Gan.
Yay.
It's going to go for Pseudopod. The desk flips towards Gatton, doing some sort of really complicated cartwheel as it bends in midair, and does a natural 20 and smacks into you.
Oh no.
That's problematic.
You take a total of 16 points, halved to 8, as it just
16
completely
points.
like it does like a wrestling move. What's it called? It just like does a flying leap and smacks into you.
Suplex.
Suplex, that was it. Like the desk actually just suplexes you, and you're stuck to it all along the front now, as you're kind of like just desk and Gatton are melded together into one being. And that
problem.
would be Gatton's turn.
It's my turn. Wild shape.
Makes sense.
Okay, I
Yep.
assumed direwolf. Okay, we're gonna put Gatton over here. You're now a direwolf. You're stuck to it still, but you
Yep.
are a direwolf.
Yep, I'm not stuck to it. It's stuck to me. I'm gonna go ahead and bite. And I
I'm
should
not
have,
stuck to it. It's stuck to me.
Yep. And
Does he get size advantages?
No, but he has
I do get advantage to attack it.
22 because of your ally nearby, and that's a hit.
Yup. And then I do has a rage.
Ooh, now you're in range
10
for
points.
both.
Yep.
Yeah, this time, like, as it's, like, stuck to you, you kind of just open your mouth and just start chomping down on the desk, and big bite marks left in it. It looks pretty hurt now. Miri, you're up.
Okay. I have 2 possible targets because the one near me is not hurt that much or at all. So I'm gonna move back around this pillar over here, and then I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on this desk.
You have to be within melee for Shocking Grasp.
Is it a melee?
Yeah.
Am I incorrect?
I use it. I use it all the time.
I have a different one then. Chill Touch.
Oh,
Chill touch.
okay. There
Chill
you go.
touch is a weird one because it is not touch,
It's
and
not
it's necrotic,
touch.
not chill.
And it
And
says touch. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's not touch and it's not cold, so
If
it's
she-
the worst.
If she does necrotic, we need to give her that wand.
Oh yeah, we could.
Chill Touch and do a ranged spell attack on our dear friend, this one mimic here.
Okay, it will have half cover because of Perrin stuck to it.
That's fine.
But
Yeah, if you want the wand for now.
Hooray! 24.
that's a hit.
Wonderful.
The wand would give you extra damage. I
You'd
think.
have to give it to her after this.
Yeah, you have to give it to me after.
Yeah, after this.
Okay. This
eight-
little like
8 damage.
necrotic hand shoots out
Nice.
and lands on the desk next to where Perrin's head is stuck, and he's looking directly as this like little skeletal hand starts to like sink into the desk.
Well, we talked about it before when we were shopping and
Yeah,
stuff.
but no one took you up on it, so it'll have to be done.
Yeah,
after.
it's
Oh,
true.
okay.
I didn't actually say anything, so.
Okay.
As with Chill Touch with many people, I forget that it's necrotic damage until I'm casting it. so
Okay.
I only remember it because it is the worst
It's the
named
worst
spell in the
named
entire
spell.
game.
Yeah.
Perrin, you're up.
How bad's this one looking?
It's looking a bit hurt. Yeah, it looks hurt.
Oh,
It's
dear.
looking bloodied.
All right, yeah. Take another swing, and I might. If it hits, then I will probably smite this one.
I was helping. We're
20.
trying to.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite it because I like being alive. So I nailed it on the
okay.
damage, double
15,
sixes, and
yeah.
and then I called the smite, so I'm doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't know if this maybe isn't necessary.
D8 minus
Reroll.
2. Yep.
D8 minus 2. That's 10.
Hit you more.
25 total.
Dang.
23 total, you mean?
Oh, it didn't see that it was a 2. I thought it was a 4. Yeah, 22. 23.
You bring the sword down, and like right with the point, you just drive it into the desk, and it goes through the bottom of the drawer, which sounds a lot better than it goes to the bottom of the mimic's mouth. And the tongue starts lolling around in pain as there's a flash of grey light, and the big chunk of the desk just starts to melt away from it like it's disintegrating. The desk is still angry. That's a phrase I didn't think I'd say today. But it is still up, and you're still stuck to it.
What?
So I'm like, right, enough of this, poof, and like put all the divine power into it, and it like looks really good, and then it's still going. I'm like, just keep dying.
Which makes Irina's go.
I might have just made it more angry.
Arena's going to stabby stab with the blade,
Okay.
the living blade. No, not going to. I am not doing too good today. And then, is this still at advantage? No, right? This
No.
It's normal now.
Oh no, it is. It hasn't got up yet, so you would have advantage. Roll again.
Mecha Pietro, let's
That's a hit
try
anyway,
again.
that.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
the
it's a hit.
14. 3 slashing. I rolled a 1
it
on
does
damage.
hit. It does hit. As it's on the ground, lying on its back, you do hit. Doesn't do much damage, but the claws do.
Yeah.
It gets up. The one with Perrin is going to attempt to bite Perrin again.
Nom nom nom. Mecha Pietro's
24.
just keeping it busy.
Oh no. How bad is it?
12 points in total. 5 piercing, 7 acid.
Jeez.
That's me down.
As Perrin's like flash takes a chunk of the desk away, the actual remains of the mouth just bend upwards and then grab hold of like Perrin's shoulder and neck and bite down, and you see the acid start to eat away at his shoulder, exposed like meat and bone just become visible through his like barely held together clothing as Perrin passes out.
I'll have
from
to like
pain.
disengage and run over there to heal you.
If you have healing word, that can be done from
I
a
don't.
distance.
I don't.
I can survive I've got a turn of guaranteed not being wrecked unless the mimic goes for me.
It's still stuck to you.
It might actually. Oh dear.
The mimic with Gatton and Arena is going to attack Gatton because it's stuck to Gatton.
Or I can give it an opportunity to attack on me and just run to you. It's the other alternative option.
It hits to it. Well, I'm not going to say anything. That'd
Yeah,
be meta.
16 damage is a lot.
I hit you for 8 piercing, so 4, and 3 acid, so 7 in total.
Okay.
As the mouth's just chomping on your tail, and you can feel your tail get a tiny bit shorter. And the other one that's with you and the pangolin is probably just going to try and pseudopod the pangolin. No, that is going to miss. It sticks itself temporarily to the floor, and there's a horrible moment where the desk has to like right itself again. Gatton, you're up.
I need to finish this one, so let's see if I can. Because there's not much I can do magically right now.
Oh no, is Perrin about to draw his last breath?
Oh, no.
I like it.
Probably. Yes, that's a hit.
16, perfect. Go, gadget, rage.
Rage.
So-
I have to table his future
12.
plans at this rate.
Nice.
12 points of damage.
You bite down, and this time, like, you actually snap off one of the legs, and you can see the leg starts to warp a little bit, and then just turns to like a kind of gooey, purplish substance.
But it is not dead yet.
It is not dead yet.
That is it for me.
Mary.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run over here and dump a healing potion down Perrin's throat.
Or that's the other option.
2d4 plus 2.
Because I am free to move around currently. Okay, so 4 plus 2. Boom, there you go. Perrin, it's the worst possible.
Oh my god.
But mostly,
the minimum.
Mostly what I'm hoping is that because you're conscious now, you'll kill it this turn and we won't have to worry about it.
That's an excellent point. It is now Mary's turn. Perrin.
Perrin's turn, yeah.
Sorry, Perrin's turn.
Oh, by the way, before Perrin's turn, I'm gonna also move back over here.
You mean Mirren
okay.
is the ship name that we're going with now.
Perrin is the ship name.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
now
Piri.
I'm done.
Piri? I like Piri.
Piri works.
However,
Hey,
Perrin,
where's Piri?
you are now
Or Perry.
knocked over on the floor, so you're prone, and grappled. So it's your go.
Can I get up while grappled?
No, your movement is 0.
Does this give me like disadvantage on melee or something like that by any
Yep,
chance?
disadvantage to make melee attacks when you're prone.
I
The
might
desk
just
is
start
effectively
healing myself.
lying on top of you right now.
Okay, I might just start healing myself to buy time.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Pending. Because disadvantage sucks too.
I wish I had some bonus action healing. That'd be real lovely.
Oh, you could try and kill the desk. It's a 50-50, really.
But it's disadvantage.
I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying this is a tough choice. I'm with you there.
I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna lay on hands, dump my entire pool. I'm at 19 health now.
Nice.
There we go. That's bought us some time.
Yeah, I'll do something.
Well,
I
that
always
makes
want to
it-
save that, and then immediately I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I need that now.
Yeah.
You're like, I've got this. Moment later, I've not got this. Moment later, I've used all my healing.
Lay on hands could be 15 like death save recoveries, but instead it always ends up being I need all of these to not die once.
We're only in the first section.
Yes. I'm scared.
Okay, I'm going to crap. I don't have
You've
my
gotten 2 keys.
I don't have my well, you know what we could do? We could just run to the door. That's the other option you can
Oh, not running. Well, but half of us are grappled, and
Yeah.
one of us seeks death. So no, this is go. We're killing
I'm just
these
saying that
things.
is an
Also-
option.
Also, the red key is currently inside Gatton's form because either you drop everything or it comes into your form. So he'd have to outshift from wild shape. And it's also a red key, which means he'd go instantly into another combat encounter.
I also have the blue one, theoretically.
Yeah.
You haven't picked it up. It's
I
inside the mouth.
mage-handed it out of the mouth.
You did.
you
You
Yeah.
did. You do
I
have
have it
it.
in my hand.
Yeah, you do. The mage
Don't
hand
let
is
him
still
take
there
away your
holding it,
key.
actually. The mage hand is still
Oh,
there,
you
like,
could-
what do I do?
Is it mage hand? Go open that door.
No, then the mage hand will go in, and we'll get left in here screwed. No, do not do that.
I don't
The
think
mage
it
hand comes out. It's got like several levels now.
It's a mage. It's Big Beast grasping
I
hand.
was gonna say
Yeah.
now it's like a mage arm.
Yeah.
It's-
That's
no,
how you
it's-
get Bigby's
it
hand.
becomes-
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big beast hand now.
It's Big B's hand. I love it. Oh,
Arena.
Sorry, that was great. All right, I can't really help you, so I'm going to just keep hitting this thing in front of me with this blade.
Okay.
Or attempting to, I should say, because I'm not hitting anything today.
This time you almost hit Gatton and you have to like pull the blade at the last moment and the like Gatton's like a little bit like, Unfortunately, it's a miss.
And then Pietro is going to...
That's a hit.
Oh, finally hit.
That's
For
Pietro
4
damage
slashing.
there.
This day,
Yeah.
Pietro's been
He
hitting,
keeps-
but they're not doing much when he's
Yeah, because he keeps rolling a 1 and a 2, and not the greatest.
Okay, Mimic's turn. The one with Perrin, let's just see where this goes.
Chat has been on fire this whole time. They're like, it makes sense these are desks because the team's getting schooled.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it, chat.
Double 19s, and that's natural 19s. So
Oh, no.
you take
I can be thankful it's not 20.
7 piercing, and 7 acid.
Imagine if it had been double 20s. Just like whoop, 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 whoop.
There's my lay on hands
like
gone.
belly flopping on top of you into the stone.
People want to call this episode like "Get Schooled" or "Getting Schooled."
It would be tempting. Gatton, you take
Thanks, I hate it.
13. Does that hit you?
No,
Really? Damn.
14.
There it is.
Damn.
Nah.
Okay, the other one's gonna attack.
We don't even
the
have that
pangolin.
high of AC.
The wolf AC is lower, but the hit points are higher. That's the trade-off.
I miss Pangolin. Okay, so Pietro's there, just like dodging to the side as this desk is like leaping back and forth. Gatton, you're up.
Cool. Y'all already know what I'm gonna do, or at least attempt to do. Let's see how this goes.
Get him.
Do it.
You barely hit.
Hey.
That's
It's like,
12.
oops. So, yeah, and then the rage, another 9. Oh yeah,
Okay.
they gotta. Oh wait a second. Have they been making their DC 13 strength saves to see if they get knocked prone?
They will now.
Nice. Yeah, make sure you're
Yep.
doing that.
Yep.
The desk is knocked over.
Mm-hmm.
Take
How do you
that,
like it?
desk.
Yeah. Yeah. I do a premature
Tables.
victory hump while I'm still like biting this thing.
All right.
Get
When I'm
tabled.
knocked over. Yeah. It is now Mary's turn.
All right. Well, let's try and chill touch the desk that Perrin is in mortal combat with again. Hang on. Okay, here we go. 18. Does an 18 hit?
That's
the
a hit,
desk?
and it misses Perrin.
Wonderful. 7 necrotic damage to the desk.
Rolling well
Okay.
on those.
So, Perrin, the desk is bearing over you. You're down on your back, trying to get your sword in between, and you see the desk's mouth open, part of it just completely missing, the bottom just gone from the desk, but the teeth are still there, and it goes right up to your face, and like this acid is dripping down next to you, and you're like trying to pull away, hitting the stone. You see the stone dissolve in front of your eyes.
It's like an
as
Aliens
the
episode.
desk- I'm basically going for that. The eyes kind of open, and then there's this moment of, and then just out of nowhere, a skeletal hand hits it between the eyes. It just melts into the desk, and you see the desk start to just tear away and pull away into like purple goop, which just kind of falls on top of you. Dead.
Get it off me.
Nice.
You're
Does the
welcome.
go- does-
You're
does the
welcome.
Does the
I
golden key fall out of that
appreciate
goop?
And the golden key, because it was in its mouth, falls right onto Perrin's face.
Nice.
Not now. I did not now, treasure.
And then I'm gonna move over here so that I am even further away from the various mimic possibilities.
That's a good idea, yeah. Perrin, you're up.
I'm able to like get up now. Is like the
15
grapple and
foot,
stuff?
get up, yep.
All right, I just kind of throw these
You
remnants
look
of death
like
off me.
purple KY jelly was just dumped all over you.
Ew.
Can I
Why?
quickly scoop up the gold key as well? Is that like a free action or something?
A free action, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I quickly scoop that up in case we do have to make a quick getaway. Which one's looking more rough out of the mimics?
The one next to Arena and Gatton is pretty badly hurt.
All right.
It was on its back, so you'd have advantage to attack it.
That seems good. Yep, I'm gonna run over to that one and take a swing at it.
Advantage? That is a hit
21,
and a natural one, but advantage. And
12 damage.
as you just run over, getting up, like 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, and it begins to like wear off. You gain momentum, you run forwards and bring the sword down and smash through the top of the desk, and both halves go to the side, and then it goes.
And it does cleave through it like, that was easier. Next one.
Okay. Arena, you're up.
You have a potion too, right? So I'm gonna jump down here and attack this one.
Okay.
Since I have my spear. I will get my crossbow later. Just, saying that out loud, that after this combat, I'm grabbing my crossbow. Otherwise, E might make me leave my crossbow. 13 does not hit,
That is a hit.
Oh, it does hit. Thank goodness. All right, 4 damage. And then Mecha Pietro is going to move here, actually. And try to claw shoot. Is it still at advantage?
No, it's
Normal?
normal, yeah.
11?
No.
No.
Pietro is not having a good time today.
Yeah, just my rolls in general are not having a good time today.
Right, the mimic is gonna attempt to smack. Arena was the last person to damage it. $23.
That hits.
Okay, the mimic, and now there is another gnome stuck to this desk. You take 11 bludgeoning damage
Oh my gosh.
as you are smacked across the side of the face.
Shield.
You can't say that after damage has been done. You have to say it when I tell you the hit roll.
Oh, okay. I would have shield. But okay.
You're pretty hit by that. That was a very hard. I guess it smacks you against the pillar, and that's why it's so much.
That was the reason why I moved Mecha Pietro away, is because I'm like, oh, I can shield if something hits me.
Yeah, you just got to remember to say it when I ask you the hit roll.
Yeah.
Gatton, you're up.
So there's only one that is still left, right?
Yep, and you're busy all surrounding it.
Yep. Charge. Lay into it.
Okay.
Okay. Or attempt to, at least.
18, that is a hit.
Hey. Oops. And then
12 damage.
this one is fairly fresh too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fresh, although it's starting to get beat down very quickly. However, I've noticed that it says anything that touches it, and because you don't use a weapon, as you chomp down it with your teeth, it kind of sticks to your upper jaw.
Oh.
Have it make its strength save to see if it's knocked prone, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
What's the DC? 13?
13.
It's going to get knocked prone, stuck to you. So can you make me an advantage strength throw to see if you go over with it?
All right. Let's see. I'm stronger in my wolf form. Let's find out.
You're fine. Yeah.
Hey.
So it's now knocked prone.
That was advantage because one of those was a natural one.
Yep. But it's like stuck to your foot now as you've kind of pushed it down with your foot. Arena's also stuck to it. Arena, make me a strength saving throw to see if you get knocked down with it.
I mean, probably not useful for me to make one, but we can try.
Is she stuck to it? She hit it with a
Or-
long weapon.
Yeah.
I have a -1.
You're knocked prone as well. So both you and the mimic are now knocked prone. Gatton's standing over it, and Pango Bot is also with it as well. Okay. Miri, you're up.
Second verse, same as the first. Chill touch. Or
Do you want to move before doing that? Because it's got pretty good cover from you right now.
I guess so. I'll go over here. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Not a problem.
And then I'll chill touch it with my magical...
It'll be disadvantaged because it is prone.
Oh, you're right. That's fine. I don't have anything else that would be more useful, so. Disadvantage. Boop. 16.
Still a hit.
For a grand total of 1 necrotic damage.
Oh no! I jinxed it because I said last time they were good.
Why would you mention it, Bentham?
And like
Why?
hits it and then just bounces off and goes into the ceiling, but it did touch it briefly, and you can see that there is like a slight patch where it's kind of starting to fade. Perrin.
I'm gonna run around so I can stab it.
Yeah.
I guess.
If you want, by the way, you could try and like just pull Arena away and do the grapple for her.
Would that be an action?
Yeah.
I should probably just try and hit it in case that it ends it outright. Can I get over that desk okay, or is that gonna...
It'll be double your movement for that tile because it's difficult terrain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think... Can I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yep.
Okay. I then run all the way around and over the desk and around everyone, and then take a swing.
Advantage because it's prone. That's a hit, but
right.
just in case you get a natural 20.
Yeah, with the shot. To make a
Still a hit.
difference. All right. 12 slashing.
Yeah, that's actually doing a lot of damage. It's looking pretty hurt now. You can see like large sections as you're smashing into it from like where Arena stabbed it, Pietro slashed it, it's been bitten, and now like a hand has touched it and a two-handed sword has smacked into it as well from Perrin. Like it's hurt.
Just die. Just die.
Arena, you're up. Bear in mind that it is prone and you are prone, so if you make an attack roll, it will just be a flat attack roll because both of you are down.
Okay. I'm going to shocking grasp it,
Okay.
so I'm not even gonna get up. 10. I'm not going to shocking grasp it.
Unfortunately, like as you're trying to get your hand, it's kind of under the desk and you're trying to get around to touch it and your hand is just sparking off, not actually able to touch it.
And
that is,
Pietro
however,
is
hit.
gonna hit with a 23
Nice.
and 7 damage.
Okay,
Slashing.
more respectable. Pietro is incensed by it attacking you and like starts to lay into it with the claws, and you can see like if you've ever seen a dog just attack a wooden door that's kind of one of those thin wooden doors, it's not like a fire door, and just starts to go through the chipboard. That's what's happening right now. Except the chipboard is slowly turning to like purple goo as well. It's not good. The mimic is going to attack Arena. However, it is prone, so it's disadvantage, has advantage, so they cancel out. I'm not even going to talk about that roll. We're going to move on. Gatton, it's your go. It gets up.
Okay. I do continue to chomp on it.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's a hit.
Hey, all right. I do a bite. Ooh, 12.
Good nom.
And as we talk about a dog just going through a door, that's what you do, is you start at one end and just start chomping and tearing through it until it is ripped to shreds, and all of them are starting to turn into purple goo. It is destroyed by you.
Getting definitely like proceeds to do an excessive amount of violence on this thing and just like completely tear it into fragments and like look up covered in purple.
It's a giant soggy purple dog.
Well, that went okay. As things go.
I get myself up. And then
I super do the dog shake and like spray goo on everybody.
ugh.
Okay, that was the first room.
Well, the blue key here, and we've got the red one and the gold one. So
I vote blue.
Arena nods.
I definitely like walk towards the blue door and sit down.
We should
All right.
we should do the gold though. Where's the gold door? I start looking around.
There is no gold door in here.
I check the ceiling.
I'm making an investigation check.
Push the other desk over.
Yeah, the desk that did all 4 desks came to life ultimately, correct?
No, the other one didn't.
The fourth
The one that I was on did not.
Arena, you don't need to roll for this because as you go to push the other desk over, you notice that the drawer has a lock and it's closed, and the lock is a slight gold color.
Oh, I think I found it. It's over here.
It might be in it. Oh, okay.
I think it's this drawer.
well, okay, that first then probably right.
I pull out the gold key and I stick it in.
Okay. As you do so, the gap between the two doors ahead changes, and the stones begin to shift. And with a slow grating sound, they shift away to reveal an actual gold door. The desk in
Well
front of you
spotted.
just turns to purple goo.
Ew.
Oh, Arena, if I could borrow that wand. I forgot that, chill touch isn't cold.
I toss them the wand.
Okay.
Thanks.
You'll find it in the
I
list
forgot
of
about the
items.
casual necromancy. It's it's a common thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, that's why it's called chilled touch, because the people who used it didn't want the bad reputation of using necromancy.
Oh, like Greenland. Yeah, they're just really laid back. You're like,
Yeah.
it's chill touch, man.
I grab my bow.
It's just like cold, right?
Should we heal up first?
Not for the gold room, but before the blue room, yes.
Yeah, we go in the gold room to see what treasures await us.
As you put the gold key into the lock on the door with the gold rim, the key shatters and then disappears. The actual door itself opens up. Inside, there are 4 pedestals. And I will bring them up now.
Obviously my rage ends, but I'm not coming out of wild shape, so only got so many of these, so we're here now. We're a wolf now.
There is a scroll. There is a ring, which seems to be gold with a little purple, a little blue gem, which has some little gold wings around the gem itself. There is a purple crystal that seems to be almost like one of those like crystals where multiple different like actual, what are they called, like individual crystals have bloomed out. So it's almost like this orb of different like shaped crystal, which is purple and has a slight inner light. And there is a sickle, which has icicles on the inside.
An icicle.
So, but we've established the higher we get in the towers, the less stupid the magic items become, right?
Part of the weirdness for us was the first few floors of the traveling tower. So it's like, hey, cloak of billowing, enjoy.
Gettin walks over and sits in front of the sickle and just like noses towards that one, but then just looks back at you all, like
Who would use the sickle?
Noted.
yeah, not particularly insistent on the matter, but just like seems legit. It sits down.
I don't know. It's hard to say. They're
Like the idea of the ring or the sickle, they both seem like permanent items that will have a definite, obvious use. I don't know what to think about that gem. A scroll seems like something that might only be used for one time, unless it teaches you a spell.
Well, actually, you can write them into your spell book, and then you're good. You're good if it's one you can use.
I look blankly.
Yeah, it's a wizard thing. You'd know, you studied, you'd be like, that's only a wizard thing.
It's wizard stuff. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm fine with the ring of the sickle. Sure, yeah, whichever. I mean,
Who would use the sickle?
Well, I don't know what it does, so I can't say.
We'll find out. Seems like it.
I mean, meta conversation. If you want to have meta
We
conversation,
can
like,
all
hey,
use
does
a
anyone...
sickle. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's more so the question.
Presumably, like,
Is
it
it a
would be
finesse?
someone. Let me look up sickle for you.
I mean,
Is it a one-handed or two-handed thing?
One-handed.
Sickles are one-handed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
They're not
I mean,
finesse,
it's
they're
a
just simple.
farming. I think they're simple weapons, yeah, because it's a
yeah,
farming implement.
They are,
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of like we all have weapons, right?
I mean, I'm not carrying one other than a dagger, so if
Or like you might. Perrin's isn't a magic weapon, so you could, in theory, move Gatton's two-handed sword to Perrin and give Gatton the sickle if the sickle's good enough. But it's, it's not a primary choice. Put it that way.
I wouldn't use the sickle myself because
You're a great weapon master. Yeah, you're locked. Yeah.
I mean, again, we don't know what it does, so we don't know what the ring does
Eh,
either. So
let's roll the dice. Sickle.
Okay. You grab the sickle. You now have a sickle in your hand.
Cool. All right.
it's
Problem
an icicle.
solved.
Yeah.
You do have a weapon, though. You have the wand.
That's true. That's true.
Does the room stop you from grabbing the other stuff, or was it a thing of like, don't be greedy?
Don't be greedy. It's one of
Yeah.
the core
Okay.
tenets of the towers.
I'm like, all right, nobody touch anything else. We'll find out what this thing does later.
We head out. We're gonna heal a little bit, I think. Which we can't heal with like rest, so we actually have to like spells or drink potions. Because we're not at the resting point yet.
Gadden just sits and like puts his head down.
I have 3 spell slots, so do we want to do potions or how do we want to do it?
I've already used mine, so.
I'm thinking if we go for the blue room, we might be able to get away with not doing much healing because we might not encounter anything dangerous in there. But I'm on 5, so
Yeah.
I need something.
I think I
could
should
do
kill
runes
you.
myself, but I don't have one. So.
I'm okay because like half or full is sort of similar, so it doesn't, you know. Anything deadly is still gonna kill me either way. So.
That's so funny. I felt those feels before. Yeah, I'm at 9 HP as well. Hey, I don't know if you want to heal yourself, Perrin, then?
I've only got the 2 spell slots left, so I'm worried about spending them anymore. Then that's no smites or cure woundsing.
Yeah, I only have 3 spell slots as well. So you're gonna go in with 5 HP?
I could down my potion.
I have a fair number of spell slots, but no healing to speak of. So.
Although if you do down your potion, then that's 50 gold you just drank.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the struggle.
Do you want to save your...
No, wait. Don't let EE make you think a Final Fantasy style potion system where you got to keep them all till the end. Use it if we got to use it. Like that.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Your general tier should be use Arena's spell slots because at the moment they don't do as much for her.
Shield.
Yeah, shield is pretty good. That's true. But Perrin's the smites, which is pretty valuable. And then I probably potions somewhere in there.
But then also gold is worthless if it's not used for anything. So if you're using it to get healing, that's actually worth more. Just saying.
What do you want to do?
Do you want to keep hold of all your slots, Arena?
I can heal you one. I'm just telling you, I was just being very clear that I only have 3 slots. Like that's the total amount that I have. Cool.
I'm looking forward to to level 4.
And there's a chance this could heal you very little, so you never know.
Yeah, that's
We'll
always
see.
the case.
6.
Respectable.
Okay.
I'm at 11.
Arena collects a crossbow.
Yep. I already said that again before we went into the door. I said it before we went into the other door.
Gadden just walks over in front of the blue door and sits down.
I bring the blue key over.
Right, we go.
Into
the blue door.
Utilize the blue key to open said door.
Blue key shatters, door opens. As you look in, you can see what appears to be a room with a huge gap in the center of it. There seems to be about 20 foot of tile on your side of the room, then a 30-foot gap that just seems to go down from where you can see right now, and then on the other side there's a 10-foot like wide ledge, and then another door.
Definitely puzzling.
Do you want to enter?
I will tentatively walk in.
Yeah, nice.
I'm definitely gonna hug this wall though.
Yeah. I would like.
What will happen to the red key when we come in here? Is it just gonna stay with us? Can we use it again later potentially?
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember if I think we did something with that before. Don't know.
Well, presumably we have to find a way across that gap.
As you enter now, you do notice that there are 6 slabs lying on your side, jumbled up. All of them seem to have engravings carved onto one side of them.
Oh, they 5 foot by 5 foot?
Yeah.
I would like to look around.
Oh, make an investigation check.
At a glance.
Could I do
these
perception? Because it's my wolf senses.
Yes. You won't get any context for anything you find, but you'll just get basic description of stuff.
Okay. I'm more interested in living things, honestly.
There are no other living things.
Right.
At a glance, this is our bridge. I gesture at the pile of slabs.
Do they have a pattern on them or anything like that? Something that we can discern? Because if we match it up, I bet you they will across. There's enough of them that it might, you know.
Yeah, let's see. Like I start like laying them out next to each other and like.
Can I
checking both
investigate
sides
them to see the
Sure.
look for the pattern specifically?
Should I roll 2?
23 crit.
23. So I'll give you the subtle one that's actually hidden in the room, and then I'll give you the actual what's on the actual slabs themselves. So as you go for the slabs, you notice very, very faintly at one side of the room, in the center, is a very small little engraved carving just under the lip. And it appears to be a circle with spire or a tower at the top. It looks kind of like the Soul Spire, but it's hard to tell from this distance. It appears to be a circle, like a globe or something, and then a spire at the top. And as you look on your side and you look over the lip, it's a long way down. It just goes into blackness, but on the lip on your side is just another circle, but no tower.
Okay.
On the 6 slabs are depictions of different species. In no particular order, there's what appears to be a human person, a night elf, a dwarf, a gnome, a half elf, and a sun elf.
I got it.
You
got it.
You got it. All right.
I don't know. Perrin's only intelligence 12. Not sure.
If you want to,
I mean,
well, put it this way:
he
I'm
knows
also
what you
giving you
know.
puzzles for you as people as well. So it's up to you
Yeah.
whether you.
Yeah. Because we don't get the opposite where parents should know, so we don't get
Yeah.
parents shouldn't know.
Yeah.
It is true.
But
that's
also
true.
remember,
Yeah, I
you
think-
do have proficiency in history and are an archaeologist. If that will inform your in character choose.
Yeah, and I just pointed out the other parts. So
Yeah, it's like I kind of lean over the edge as well, like tower.
Yeah, Arena kind of draws your attention to it.
Like tower, no tower, a bunch of races. Got to put them in order.
Arena nods because I was thinking the same thing.
And like Perrin goes over, is like, okay, so if I remember rightly, and it's like so lays them out and starts working out like the historical.
I feel like Perrin and Arena like nerd out while they're placing these in there and like telling little stories about each of the different things.
Getting leans down and starts chewing on the edge of one until they ask him to move it. You know?
Everything's now covered in
don't
like
do that.
dog drool and like purple goop.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So that it started with the dark elves, and then it was the sun elves when the sun was created, and then it was the. I start going through the mythology.
Are you going to place them as you're doing this, or are you just going to sort them?
Like on the ledge that we're on, I guess I'll lay them out in order.
Okay. What order are you going to lay them in?
Do I have knowledge of this timeline that I've opened? Like, do I know all this stuff, or do I need to make a roll?
It's up to you.
Beth's like, if it's gonna be up to me, I'm gonna know it.
If it's an option, I'll read it.
Go for it.
Yeah, okay.
You are an
so
archaeologist
which-
and you have proficiency in history, and you've
So
looked
what
out,
were the 6 again? Just to be sure.
human, night elf, dwarf, gnome, half elf, sun elf.
Yep. Human, night elf, dwarf, gnome, sun elf.
Half elf
Okay, so
as well.
There were 6? Half
Yeah,
elf.
there's
Okay.
there's 6 because it's a 30-foot gap and they're 5x5. So if it's a bridge, then it has.
Yeah, half elf. Oh, never mind. I just
so
didn't read my own handwriting.
so it's night elf, sun elf. Dragon wasn't an option, right?
No,
And giants wasn't. I've
No.
forgotten them all already.
it was human, night elf, sun elf, dwarf, gnome, and half elf. So you've got night elf, sun elf.
Okay.
What you have left is human, gnome, dwarf, and half elf.
Dwarf, gnome,
And then you have human and half elf.
and then I think it's half elf human. The only one I'm not sure about is that maybe half elf is at a different time. No, it's good. It's half elf before.
So we're gonna put them in order of night elf, sun elf, dwarf, gnome, half elf, then human.
Yep.
Okay. So you place the
And
first
when we get to human, like Perrin does stop for a moment and go, well, technically humans actually came after the Tower Age, so it's kind of strange that they would have be placed before. I hope that's not a trap.
They came after the what?
Humans, they emerged, it's believed, shortly after the beginning of the Tower Age.
Hmm.
It's hard to say whether that symbol refers to the beginning of the Tower Age or simply now. That would technically affect it.
Well, it is a soul spire. Oh, it looks like one.
All the towers came along at the same time. Or at least in a very short period. I think before humans. Could be a red herring.
Could roll it. See. We know. If it's a tarp.
I'm not sure what the exact question is. I don't know what Benson is debating right now.
Perrin muses some more and goes, if this puzzle was created and it includes humans, then it was created after the emergence of humans, and so the puzzle probably doesn't particularly care about the fact that there's a slight time difference. I think we're okay.
Arena will start. We'll start placing.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Arena goes to like
Totally.
lift one of the slabs and realizes this is quite a heavy stone slab. You can do so. It will require a check.
Oh,
Perrin will help.
Gatton's
Parent
helping.
helps.
Yeah.
You don't need to roll if you've got assistance.
No.
With all of you assisting and I guess a direwolf nosing it in the right direction, you put it down where that circle is, and as soon as you put it there, it seamlessly actually melds with the stone tiles where you're standing and just seems to lock in place.
All right, we put the
Alright,
next
looks
one.
good. Let's keep going.
Okay, you put the rest of the order as you say?
Yeah.
You put the last one in place. You go to put human in and it goes... And you hear a clack from the door in front of you.
Since I heard his debate, even though I can't talk, I actually would like to jump over the human one.
That was also what Perrin was thinking. He's like, just to be safe.
Okay. You are larger technically than the bridge, so we'll require an acrobatics roll from you if you wish to go over it in direwolf form.
Oh yeah, because you're twice as wide.
I mean, but I'm also on 4 legs, so. But
Like
all right,
balancing like that.
yeah, right. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm not gonna come out of my wild shape. I don't have many of these things.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do not have.
Tie a rope around him in case he falls off.
It's true, right?
I mean, you say that, but he's also currently a like bigger than horse, like mass type creature. I'm not sure you have anything that would hold that.
Yeah, I'd have to do like
So-
feather fall or something.
So he might just end up with legs going either side of the bridge, and then he's just started like, okay, this is
It's true.
weird.
So here's the thing: my wolf dex is higher than my athletics, so I'll have a different modifier. But let's see here.
Yeah, can he just lay down, spread, and we'll push him?
Yeah.
You do not have the strength behind
Can you
between
imagine 2 gnomes and a human trying to push this gigantor wolf? Because I
You
can't.
get
Proficiency of
scoot.
acrobatics.
You just be like humping the slabs of wood or slabs.
I just have a higher. Oh yeah, then I guess I can just
Scooting
roll.
across
I can just click dex
Roll it
over
from
there.
the direwolf sheet, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
This whole time the stone slabs were going on, Miri's thought pattern was like, well, I could turn them into iron slabs, but I don't think that would help us very much, or like wood slabs or
True.
silver slabs.
I like tiptoe like Fred Flintstone when he's bowling.
Beautifully done. Like this direwolf just seamlessly just goes across. Little
I
hop
do.
at the end to avoid the human. Yep. You got the space for that. You little hop at the end. You're fine.
Do we see anything else?
I look back at Perrin and because again I can't talk, and I just I go,
What are you biting for? Is there anything there?
And literally at the air. I'm like,
Wants to catch something, I think. I don't know.
Does Arena say that? Because Perrin's lost.
Sure, yeah.
I do nod vigorously.
I don't know what he wants to catch, but
Catch what?
there's nothing around, right?
Around.
I think you.
We've all crossed at this point, right?
Yeah, we're all.
Has everyone
We're all
across?
gonna cross.
When you
yeah.
are crossing,
Okay.
is anyone standing on the human slab?
No.
I step over it. It's
Yeah.
If everybody else is stepping over it, I'm stepping over
We
it too.
I
I was pantomiming for a rope. I thought this was like a much longer
Right,
space.
right.
Okay, no, if everybody just makes it, it's fine. It's nothing.
Yeah, I was like,
Go
I'm
across.
confused what he wants it to catch,
Gan-
but he wants to catch something.
Gan was the difficult part, because the bridge is wide enough for the rest of us.
Yeah,
You
we
all
just,
go
like,
across. You all
walk
jump the last tile. The door is unlocked. Do you go in?
So there was nothing else in this room? There were no...
No.
Okay. Yeah, we go in.
Okay. You open the door.
Next
You
one could
find
be
yourself
combat. Here we go.
looking into a large room with a number of like benches around the edge and a central fountain with like mist falling off the water.
The resting room.
It is chilly but comfortable chilly.
Like collapsed like a ton of bricks.
As we step in, Perrin reaches into his cloak and pulls out the tower glass and flips it.
Nice.
And that's where we're getting today's episode.
Yay. We
Y'all.
survived.
Oh, FYI, there was nothing about the human tile. You could have stood on it. It's fine.
I
It's gonna
figured
freak you
you-
out.
Yeah.
Because technically humans are after the beginning of the Tower Age, so it depends if it symbolizes like the Tower Age at the beginning or just like when it was made.
Hey, better safe than sorry is my look on
Oh
it.
yeah, no, totally.
If parents freaked out, I'm gonna...
Yeah,
adhere
like
to it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna do what everybody else is doing.
We're lemmings.
Okay. Right. Let's go through our announcements again. I guess in reverse, Bentham.
We can find me.
No
What
announcements.
happened? Or the announcements. Okay, it was like what's happening? Why is it me? All right, I'll do them. So there's a whole bunch of Patreon things, both out and on their way. You can check out right now all the enemy stuff and the secret GM stuff from the Andorra arc that whole time, so you can get all the enemy character sheets, including like anything from Corey Quillers at the beginning down to the zombie units that we were fighting in the Battle for Andorra at the end, and E's Guide to Zombifying Anything. There's also more
Like
stuff
Maggie's
coming.
parents.
No.
All of our allies from that fight you'll be able to check out, and then also recent guest character sheets, so you'll get to have a look at Edmund Heifel and also Mary. And other important stuff is that there is going to be no episode this Saturday because people are out, so the Saturday show will pick up in a week's time.
Okay. Right. With that said and done, let's start off with where you can find Elf until next week, where we continue.
Oh, okay. Hello, friends. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf, where I am doing all the things that I do mostly. You can also find me on Mondays at 1 p.m. PST on the D&D channel, playing some Rime of the Frost Maiden for Roll20. That's the other RPG thing I do at the moment. So, yeah.
Okay. Dave, what about you?
Hey, Dave Walters. I say words about things. I'm somewhere 7 days a week doing something that I don't expect you to try and keep up with. So just follow me on Twitter at @BDaveWalters, and I will mention the thing that I'm doing then, because it's always something somewhere.
Okay. Maggie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places because that's my name. And
All of the places?
Yeah, all of the places. Margaret Crone. Go
Hi,
find
all
me.
of the places.
And I do a lot of tabletop stuff. Check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up as well. And if you're interested in video games, I make video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation if you want to check it out.
And of course, Eb.
I am Bentham, and I have a YouTube channel that is for reasons called Mangleport Gaming, where I play mainly Factorio right now, and maybe at some point other things. We shall have to see. And then, of course, I'm also on the Sunday show. E, what about you?
I think we're done, right?
Hi, I'm Interrogating. You can find me at youtube.com/Interrogating and twitch.tv/Interrogating. That's that. Okay. That's everything.
Do you have any tips?
We do. We have Finley Shards tipped us $50.
Thank you, Finley.
Welcome to the fun, Miri. Thanks for all the fantastic evening. Glad everyone survived the deaths, which is obviously what happens when doors get levels in a tower. I always enjoy a good game lore-based puzzle too. More tower fun next week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Finley. Thank you very much for the $50. That's very nice of you. And
We got another tip in the chat, which is don't eat yellow snow. So.
Could come up. It's a wintry themed tower.
What if it's like lemon flavored snow cones?
You can take that chance, Maggie. You can take that chance.
Yeah, no, you tank that one for all of us.
Is your 9 out of 10 being right worth it?
Maybe.
Wow. Okay, those are choices. Those are life choices right there from
I feel
Maggie.
like
Those are not good odds.
No, I want my false positive rate. Sorry, my. Is it the false positive you're worried about on that one? No, you're worried about false negatives. Yeah, you're worried about false negatives.
Depends what your theory is.
If you think they are ice instead of being thingy, like that's a false negative because you've not got pea snow.
Well, you could smell it. There are other things to investigate first.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if
before
you're
you go
9 out of 10.
licking or eating the snow, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's 9 out of 10. Like 9 out of 10, you get it right, but is it worth that one time? Anyway, I guess we'll talk about that in the after show. Thank you for watching. We'll be back Sunday with the last ditch.